Baseball is dead.
Rest in peace.
It's the Thanksgiving episode of Baseball is Dead. And if you were on Twitter on Wednesday, which is my favorite day of the year, it's Thanksgiving Eve. It's the day that I go to Kowloon. Some Mai Tais with the boys.
That sounds good.
It's going to be a great time. Dallas is doing work on that banana right now.
Fuck, gobbled up, son. Don't even need a hairband.
He's got a head start on Thanksgiving. He's just doing absolute throat gauntlet on that banana.
Shout out Kowloon. I wore the sweatshirt yesterday.
I did too. I wore the sweatshirt yesterday. That's my flight hoodie.
Joey, if you're not familiar, Kowloon is this fantastic establishment.
It's the mecca of Chinese cuisine, and it just so happens to be in Saugus, Massachusetts.
I was going to say it's placed like right in the rectum of the nation, but that aside, the food is definitely food, and the atmosphere.
It's the best food.
Great. You walk into that place, I'm sure you're going to be drawn towards the 5x7 of myself standing there autographed.
They took it down immediately after he left 3 years.
Right next to Andy.
They put it up there for a day and then they took it down. They're like, "Oh, Dallas is coming. We feel bad. We'll put something up there." And then they took it down after.
So if you stop by, sit down. Well, Andy's not going to sit down. He doesn't sit and eat with people. He doesn't do that. I mean, him and I sat down and had lunch together, but like for most people, he just doesn't do that. He felt
bad because no one else would sit with Dallas. He was by himself.
So yeah, stop by, snag a pic by the 5x7. Tell Andy I said what's up.
Yeah, Andy. Love it. Love Andy.
I love it.
I'm going.
But I tweeted something out before the show today. And I said I had some news that I want to share.
What do you want to share?
I think that you'll be very happy to hear this, Dallas, because I was very happy to hear it as well.
Okay. All right.
Without getting into the ins and outs and too many details of the sort, it's Thanksgiving. It's a time to be thankful, Dallas, right?
Thankful, grateful. Yes.
Thankful, grateful. Appreciative for sure. I think that we have to be thankful to the listeners of this podcast because during the whole season, I was like, I don't want to know what the numbers are. Let's just go. Let's just head down. It's our first season. We're on our own. We're doing our thing, whatever. We got the numbers, Dallas.
Okay. Refer to the numbers. Explain the numbers. You know I'm not a numbers guy.
So I'll just put it to you like this. We basically retained 90% of our listening audience from the old podcast onto this one.
Because well, first of all, those are smart individuals, Jared.
Very smart.
I'm not surprised at all. That being surprised would almost be a knock to our fan base, and that's just not the case. I know these motherfuckers.
Sure, but here's the thing. We did this whole first season. I think the only guest that we had on the show was Joe West. So we did the whole first season without any guests besides Joe West. And we didn't really have like a ton of promotion. Like we had like the graphic, but I'm talking like the videos and everything. Like we didn't have the promotional assets that we had before. We just had us. We had us doing the show, us tweeting it out, us putting it on Instagram. And with year one being able to retain roughly 90% of the listenership that you had on the old show, that's fucking crazy. So a big thank you to all the listeners who fucking rolled with us.
No, that is it's a great point. Yes, a huge thank you. And also since we're handing out flowers, oh, look who's back. Look who's back. That's the soundboard. Welcome back.
Mm-hmm. No, those are the fans. Those are the fans.
Okay, so you're doing the show with your window open and they're outside.
They're
losing
outside.
Their shit right now.
They love it.
Beautiful. All right. Yeah. I like that. Well, thanks for showing up. And I'll take the time right now and say it is not on our own accord here, Jared, because we have two incredible additions to this ship here. One Joseph, one Joseph, and without the double J squad, this ship doesn't head in the direction that it is. So I would like to thank Joey for coming on. You had no fucking idea what you were getting into. You're crushing it on the tube. We still
don't. Every day, every episode, we still don't really know what we're getting into.
No idea. You never know what's going to happen.
No clue. Jake spends all his time looking up fucking coriander recipes and fucking moon movement. So for it all to kind of come together and turn out the way it has, again, I'm not going to say I'm surprised because I'm not. Because one thing I told you, Jared, years ago was, could you imagine what things would be like if we had the opportunity to work for ourselves? And when I say work for ourselves, I don't mean independent of where we were, but I mean people working for us instead of actively working against what we were trying to do. And that's all it takes. That's all. That's why when you hear players talk about a change of scenery, maybe a change of scene, is because sometimes you get into a spot where, not everybody's pulling the rope in the same direction. Sometimes there's people on the other end of the rope trying to pull it back in their direction. And it doesn't make a lot of sense, but you find yourself in a situation where growth is welcome, growth is allowed, growth is promoted. And so it's not lost on me that we have had some of the most dedicated listeners. I call them a fan base. They're fans of baseball. I don't necessarily want to call them fans of all of ours, but they're fans of the game. They're fans of the way that we try to talk about the game. And I appreciate every fucking bit of that, man. Every bit of that, because the fans have been able to wade through and sift through some of the BS and still ride with us. And that doesn't happen without a lot of hard work from folks behind the scenes who make that shit happen. And those folks, Jake, Joey, much appreciated.
It's me, baby, behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Been doing all of it. I made the logo.
Yeah. Also, when you say you weren't surprised, I was surprised because, we didn't have any guests. So all that did was really get me excited for next year because we can do that. I just felt like that in the first season of the podcast, we added Joey. It was like, let's get the chemistry rolling here. Let's get into a groove. We're new at DraftKings, and let's change it up a little bit because it's not the same format that existed with Starting Nine. Like it's different. Like it's less, it's more conversational. It's more fluid. And I think that like Joey was a great addition, and he's been the comedic relief that we've needed at times. He brings a different perspective. I think it's been a great mix, and it just makes me excited for next year, knowing that we are a lot further along in the, I guess, timeline of where I think this show can go. We're a lot closer to the goal than I thought we would have been after the first season, which is great.
Yep. Well, I think, and like I'm look, if you're not your own favorite flavor, you're licking the wrong fucking ice cream cone. I've said that for quite a while. So I could sit here and taste us all damn day. Don't know that we need to, but I do want to make sure that our listeners, that everybody has understood that there's a ton that goes on to trying to make sure we're heading in the right direction, make sure things are fresh, new, and still the same all at the same time, if that makes any sense. So thanks for hanging in there. Thanks for bearing with us. Thanks for all the feedback as well, because we've bounced around. We've done 3 hours. We've done 4 hours. We've done 45 minutes. We've done an hour and a half, everywhere in between. So as we settle in, it takes folks to be able to ride with us, and that's you all. And that is much, much appreciated. Does not go unnoticed at all.
Yeah. Jake came up with a manifesto for next year. So that got me even more excited about what we're going to be doing in 2023. We'll definitely be integrating more guests next year. There may even be more episodes a week next year. So it's going to be exciting. I'm excited for the future.
I've had a ton of fun being a recurring guest. A ton.
Yeah.
Just a ton of fun.
Just get Dallas on the phone, fire it up. We need that perspective. Bring him in. Let's start here. Because there's a few different things. Like it may seem like there's not a ton to talk about because nothing major has happened, but a little things here and there have happened. How about The Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, formerly of California, being the most aggressive team so far this offseason. I know we're still in November. That's going to change. I don't expect to get to the finish line and be raising the hand of the Angels as the most aggressive team of the offseason. But, couple of weeks and change into the offseason, and the Angels have been the most aggressive. They made the most moves.
Well, okay. Is this is coming from a place when you think about the Angels, and we've talked about this the last few years, 3, 4, and I always go to where the draft was. What I do sincerely believe part of that draft when they drafted all pitchers was about stockpiling resources as well as identifying guys that you think might be able to help you in the future. That's just kind of a no-brainer approach to the draft. But I think it really, really honed in on the Angels because they knew that they were not going to be dealing from a position of strength when it came to resources to try to acquire big league ready talent and impactful big league ready talent. So what do? Well, we've got holes on the mound. We need guys from top to bottom here. Let's go get some guys that we can use. Let's go get some guys that we think might be able to serve as chips to bring in the help that we do need.
I feel like we should call Max.
Oh, just to get a little vibe check?
Yeah.
Little vibe check on the Halos?
Yeah. I'm going to call Max right now.
Yeah, I mean, the level of excitement.
I'm sorry, the
what
you
the
are trying
fuck?
to reach with the option has not been set up yet.
Bro.
Denied.
What
Angels
is the
suck again.
What's the area code out there?
I have no idea.
You should know that stuff. You literally have your area code tattooed on your stomach. You're telling me you don't know the area code for Anaheim?
Listen to what you just said. I had to tattoo it on my stomach, Jared, to remember it. I don't know. You want me to know a fucking another area code? Sorry, pal. I think it's like an 808. No, that's fucking Hawaii. 805.
I don't know, dude. Either way, Max never answers. He's supposed to be the Angels correspondent of this podcast, and he's probably answered, I don't know, 1 out of 9 phone call attempts.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, bro. Sorry. You were what, Max? You weren't doing fucking anything.
Well, he has a real job, but he's not doing shit at that either.
No, nothing.
Especially
little
today.
activity.
Especially today. Today's the most mail-it-in day of the year.
So are you saying right now, are you telling me that Hunter Renfroe isn't a get you over the hump type of acquisition?
Interesting.
Are you going to say that
no,
out
I didn't
loud?
say that.
Say it out loud.
I didn't say that.
Say it out loud. You said it
I
before
didn't
we
say
were
that.
on air. Say it out loud now.
No, I didn't. Gio Urshela, Hunter Renfroe, Tyler Anderson, 3-year deal. I mean, the Angels are making moves, but at the end of the day, are you going to sit here and tell me that those 3 acquisitions are going to stand? Max is calling back. Max, you are on. No, you didn't. I texted him. I said that he blew it, but you call right back. We're opening the show with Angels talk.
Uh-oh.
No, in a good way.
Oh,
See?
See, they have like PTSD.
I never know.
That's Angels fandom in a nutshell right there. We're talking about the Angels. Oh, fuck.
Oh, can I make an announcement
Yeah, sure.
after Angels talk?
After the Angels talk, it doesn't have to do with the Angels.
It's your announcement.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Sorry, give me 1 second. I gotta find a quiet spot.
Are you at work right now?
Yeah, man, I have a regular job still.
That's what I just said. It's the biggest mail-in day of the year, though. Like, are you actually working or no?
All I need to know,
Well, you
Matt,
called me at perfect time.
how's the air conditioning
It's
doing?
halftime.
How's the air conditioning doing? You guys get that figured out?
Air conditioning. I think it's cold now, so we don't need it. They got rid of them, so we got them in and then we got them out, but we didn't even use them. I think, and it's halftime of the World Cup, so perfect timing. I'm getting a lot done at work. Yeah. So Angels talk. We signed Mike Trout, number 2, and Gio Urshela.
Oh my God, I totally forgot about that. Hunter Renfroe looks exactly like Mike Trout. Now they're going to be teammates.
Weird.
Bro, you haven't even been on Twitter the last 20 minutes? Like it's been all over.
Oh my God, no, I did not see that. I mean, I've seen it in the past, but I did not make that connection until you just said that right now. That's amazing.
So actually, like I think that video of that kid trying to get his autograph, I think that was Hunter Renfroe. I don't even think that was Trout.
That's going to be great. That
is going to be
great.
very confusing.
Trout's gonna run out to the field every day, right behind Hunter Renfroe. Hunter's gonna run out,
leaving the stadium. Like Hunter should just sign for Trout. Like he's hey, here you go, kid.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely going to happen. Like when he shows up to spring training, like he's definitely going to get kids yelling at him, like Mr. Trout, Mr. Trout.
So let me ask you this, Maxie.
Sure.
Out of these early acquisitions here, any of them tickle in the 2-hole? Any of them?
It's kind of hard to like, it's kind of like just being on like a dating app. You get so many matches, and you think one of these is going to work out, and like numerically it has to, and they just haven't in the past. So like you got 2 new matches basically, and it's like do I want to get my hopes up again? I think the Angels are getting applauded. Like everyone's happy, and like all they're doing is just signing major league guys. Like it's just like these are just like, I don't want to say average, but like they're just major leaguers, everyday guys. It's like Angels are signing major league guys, and everyone's getting like stoked. Like, they're just major league guys.
Was there anything? Was there anything at all? Like any sort of like, hold on, Gio Urshela? Okay, I've seen him play baseball, and I know where he plays baseball defensively most of the time. But we we had a guy. I mean, you still have him, right? Rendon's still on the team. Was there any, like, are you okay with how, you know what I'm getting at? Like, are you comfy with that?
Rendon's the weekend car.
Okay. All right.
You got the weekend car, and then you got the daily driver, Urshela. That'll be the Toyota Corolla, and then Rendon's the little Tesla that you keep in the garage.
Wait, so who's going to play? Who's going to play more?
That's really expensive,
Yeah, that was kind of where I was going. Like, for me,
we'll get Rendon on like Ohtani pillow night. It's Rendon, but then on like a Wednesday against the A's, like you're getting Urshela.
Wednesday against the A's. Okay, noted.
Yeah, but if it's Ohtani bobblehead triple crown MVP should it be Aaron Judge bobblehead night, then yeah, you're getting Rendon.
Yeah, how much did you bet on Rendon to win MVP this year?
$500.
Close.
500. Wait, 500 to win what though?
It was like 17,000. I was like, I'll be honest, my credential situation with the Angels is like kind of taking a step back, or like I don't really know what's going on there, just to be honest. And I think one of the reasons is like I think they know that I would have asked Rendon like, hey, because he had that amazing press conference like last year when they're like, hey, did you finish the year strong? And he's like, yeah, 30 games, didn't even play, it was great, whatever. Like I think they know I would ask them like, hey, I put 500 on you to win MVP, like Venmo, PayPal, like anything you could hook me up with would be great. And I think they don't want that. So
yeah, no, that's a fair assessment, Max. There's probably a line drawn there between you
100%.
interviewing people that you're betting on, talking to them about the personal bets that you have placed on them. Yeah, there's probably a workaround there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like a quite like Jared. Do they ever tell you shit about that? Like I feel like they like it but don't like it. Like
yeah, so I guess when I went to do the Mets pregame, they did like a pregame show, and it was like a betting show because DraftKings has a relationship with the Mets. So I went there, but I guess if you're gonna make picks, you can make picks about any team but the Mets, because the players didn't like looking up and seeing like, got it. Like Brandon Nimmo, take the over on 2.5 strikeouts tonight. He sucks. Like they didn't like stuff like that. So you could go there and make picks on games that weren't the game that was about to start, which was it makes sense, but it's also like weird where it's like, all right, so we're just gonna go there and talk about like the Mariners when the Mets are playing the Braves tonight.
Yeah, I've always like there's money to be made. There's money to be made. You can't talk about it.
Yeah, I get it. I wouldn't want to see that either.
In California, it sucks too, but like, I think I bet on him to be the MVP. I bet on his greatness, right? And it's like I don't know. I guess I don't know. Teams I get really uncomfortable dealing with like multi-billion-dollar entities.
Well, get comfortable being uncomfortable, Max.
Yeah, no, for sure. How are you guys doing? We're just doing some Angels, like we're just hitting the Angels pen right now.
Yeah. I wanted to start there. It's news.
Halo's most active team this offseason so far. Like the Halos right now are essentially the secretariat of the first leg of the Triple Crown here, right? Like they are out to a massive lead right now. Massive lead.
Oh yeah.
Do they sustain it?
They're leading the Black Friday deal. They're getting all the deals early.
That's good.
Black Friday. I'm saying, like he's up and early, and this feels like a move. Like our GM, like I know he's been working, and I know his wife's probably like, "Hey, you better get these deals done by Wednesday because Thursday I need your ass off the phone." Like that's definitely what's going on.
That could be
where there's no deals tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, some of the best deals get done on things.
How are you guys' team doing?
The Red Sox just signed fucking Jolie Rodriguez.
Okay.
Yeah, they did.
Hater. Sounds like a hater on the line.
Damn, dude. Why are you going to flame me like that? I was literally just giving the Angels so much love. Do you know any other national baseball podcasts that lead off with the Angels?
Yeah, none that care about numbers tell you that.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, it depends if like Ohtani did something that night or not. But yeah, A's Braves. I saw the A's had a Bad Bunny concert. That was cool.
That was a while ago, and I don't know if you noticed. I don't know. No, I was out of town. I have a fucking job, Max. Okay, I work for a living. Thanks.
I'm at one right now.
The A's. There was movement in the front office. All right, we're talking about changing the rudder of the ship, so to speak. That's a big deal. It's going to go overlooked, and that's fine. That's okay. We're more than okay with being the sleeping dog. More than okay with being the sleeping dog. Because you know what happens.
Yeah, it takes like a long time to turn around like a big ship, but once it's moving, move.
But yeah, we're talking fucking busting knots.
Did you just call the A's a big ship, Max?
You sure did. You heard it.
Yeah, I mean, it's huge. But once it gets moving, Jared, you don't want to be in front. You don't want to be the tugboat in front of it.
No, I've been the tugboat in front of that thing. It's not that intimidating at all.
You're gonna get left in its wake.
And Reese McGuire pulling the old tugboat.
I mean, I feel like every Red Sox Oakland A's matchup in my lifetime has gone the Red Sox way. So
that is not true.
That is true
at all. There was actually a game where the Red Sox forgot to bring their bats to the baseball field.
Yeah. See, Max, like it's just sad. Like he likes to bring up like April games in a season that the Red Sox.
That was a big game. I remember.
Just baseball.
Red Sox won the World Series that year. For anyone that forgot.
Just baseball.
Hey, what's up? Can I hate on the Braves? I feel like Joey's just flying under the radar here. Like,
yeah, go ahead.
Good luck.
Shoot. I mean, we went to Atlanta this year, the Angels, and I don't know. I think that was like a 10-0 game for us. That was fun. And then I don't know. I'm just gonna make fun of you guys because like your franchise leader, like he just cries all the time. Or like whatever Freddie Freeman is to them, like he's just a crybaby.
He's not even on the team.
Yeah, but your poster's still up. You know that.
Dude, I've been fucking labeled the biggest Freddie Freeman hater. I banned him from Atlanta.
Yeah, I mean,
you know what I think is like you guys open the closet and the Freeman jersey's like right there, like kind of in the back, wrinkled. You know, you just take a second to look at it.
Max, I'll say this about Joey. Joey publicly attacked the Freeman family for loving each other.
He did.
Joey publicly attacked Freddie Freeman for loving and caring about his wife and children. Okay?
Well, I mean, he said Freddie Freeman wasn't for the boys.
Yeah, he said Freddie could give a fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Freddie Freeman, like he's not going to the Turkey Bowl. He's a kind of like help around the kitchen kind of guy.
He's like help around the kitchen guy. No, I feel like Freddie's doing the dishes. Freddie's setting the table.
I don't want to hear that. I got to believe that Freddie's got some all-time quarterback in him. Come on.
No way.
Look, I can't
Freddie,
get rough and
play 18.
All-time
I got dishes.
Yeah, that's so true. Freddie Freeman.
No, I'm just kidding. I like Joey. He still has to make that rundown video that I hope my bet gets included in there somehow. Like probably a total of like I don't know, $1,200 were spent on Rendon winning the MVP, and I was like half of that.
Hey, do you make what do you make of having almost an entire left-handed rotation? As we sit today, I think I saw that correctly. As we sit today, you got 4 lefties penciled in that rotation, and then you've got the unicorn, Shohei. Does that?
I don't know that. Yeah, it is definitely weird. Like, it's all lefties. Like, I started thinking, like, are we gonna have to just change the doorknobs on like every door in the stadium, like just to go to the other side? Like, I don't know. Like, it's weird, but I feel like teams adapt well to that. Like, we're just gonna have to. They're just gonna have all righty lineup. Like, I don't know how that.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do? What do you do
well,
with a team that's all lefties?
if we know the Angels, they got a plan that it's going to work out. So if they have all lefties, it's probably for the best.
Yeah, okay.
Is this Max?
Right.
Is this where the Angels
Funny.
start to really dip into those resources that they drafted a few years ago and start to divvy those up and find landing spots for those so they can continue to reel in the highly sought after big league talent that they're gathering?
Well, I mean, on Angels Twitter right now, it's like split 50-50. Where, like I said, people were excited that we just have major league bodies. Like, that's a start, right? But yeah, now I think it's kind of look at your Christmas list and you got Correa, Turner, like, and that's like I heard Swanson. I heard there's all these burner accounts. It's like burner account time of the year.
Well, hold on, time out, just real quick.
Yeah.
You think one of those guys are going to your team? I just want to make sure we're talking about the.
I'm saying they're on the list. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Sure.
It's on the list.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Is Judge on the list too? You guys got Judge on the list?
Where's he at?
I don't really. No, he's kind of soft to me. Like, he's like I don't like guys that are like 6'7" and good at sports. Like you better be. Like, why else are you that tall? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
Also, go play basketball. You know what I mean? Like, just no heart to be on the hardwood. Yeah, but not professionally. Like, Ohtani could probably play for the Sixers right now.
Oh yeah,
if he wanted to.
If he wanted to, nobody would care though.
Yeah, I don't know. I would like a bigger free agent. Like, I don't hate jersey sales. Like, that's cool. But yeah, the Angels said I think Perry's not done, so he's still cooking. Like I said, I think he takes tomorrow off, well deserved, and then he's back on Black Friday.
Yeah, you heard it here first. Jacob deGrom to the Angels.
Yeah, if there was if there was one move, and let's say that all things being equal, Angels are in a position, whether it's money or resources or a combination of both, to land one of these big fish. Where is the impact needed for the Halos? Because one arm doesn't do it for you. One player might get you a little closer, probably still doesn't do it for you, but definitely changes the complexion of things. So where is that? Who is that big meteor bracing for deep impact for the Halos? Who is that meteor?
Yeah. Fuck, man. It's going to have to be like a shortstop. It's going to have to be like a big name shortstop. Like, I like the way our pitching staff is going. We have Sandoval, dog. Reed Detmers, dog. Ohtani, dog. Flores, like, just dog in the pen, all lefties. And then obviously Trout. Kind of need a Dell to figure out if he wants to play professional baseball or not.
He's got to take the next step, right? Is it fair to say that this is 100%. A season where we need to see Joe Adell start doing the things that Joe Adell was expected to do?
I mean, speaking of that, like I have a Joe Adell rookie card, gold number to 50 that I spent a lot of money on, and that's decreased significantly. So yeah, I'd appreciate if he played some good baseball in the next few years. Our catching positions locked up: Hoppy, dog; Daffy, dog. I just think infield, shortstop, maybe first base. Walsh needs to bounce back, and then Trout just got to be Trout, and hopefully this two-way phenom that comes around once in a lifetime stays in Anaheim. Just fingers crossed.
Oh yeah, I really didn't even want to talk about that with you. I didn't even want to bring up the idea this is probably his last season there. I didn't want to talk about that, but since you brought it up,
for sure. But we were first. It's kind of like who put. We'll always be the Ray J to his Kim K. You know what I mean? We put him on. So
Yeah.
So
No doubt.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, hope you guys have a happy Thanksgiving.
hey, you too, Max.
Jared, what do? You get like chocolate milk and like chicken nuggets?
I go
something?
to Kowloon. I get chicken fingers and like beef tips and pork fried rice and white mai tais.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that's what I'm about. That's how I get down.
I get down with that too.
Yeah, you're welcome to join if you can make it out to the East Coast. I'd love to take you to Kowloon.
I haven't been to Boston. I'm down to be on one of the streams, but if you bring like I don't know, just another supermodel that's famous and don't tell me about it until like 6 months later. So no big deal.
That did happen. Me and Max got lunch with the unnamed, very attractive supermodel.
And I just thought she was just a person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Turns out
She is just a person.
she is just a person. You're right.
Yeah, no, but I played it so cool. Like she was just I played it so cool, and then he told me who she was, and I was like, all right, well that wasn't cool of you.
I forgot about that.
I had dinner with a supermodel the other night too. My wife and I actually.
Oh, what a simp! You're an absolute simp, Dallas.
And Max, before we let you go, I just let the podcast know I'm still waiting on that invitation to the party, to the fiesta, to the carne asada, because I Jared, I don't know if you're aware of this, but Max, Carlos, both of their significant others, I invited them out, fed them, liquored them up, had a great time with them, was told that I was going to be invited to a family function, and just still nothing. Crickets from Grandmama. I don't know if she's blocked me, but the texts are few and farther in between these days. We'll see. You're on the clock.
It's World Cup time. We do have Carl's baby shower coming up. You'll be my +1, 100%.
Done.
Okay.
For sure. So, and then World Cup. Who you guys root for? Like England?
Don't care. I hate soccer. Who cares?
Yeah,
I'm voting for USA.
Come on.
Yeah,
Joey's rooting for USA.
Get some Mexico love, yeah.
No,
Mexico, they're our rivals, dude.
No, we're one team.
No, we don't care about soccer.
Yeah. So, okay, quick announcement before I bounce.
Oh, announcement.
Sorry. I'm this year with the podcast and Angel stuff. I'm going to be relegating getting called. I'm calling myself down. So I'm going to kind of just be more of a fan this year, and just kind of not do that. So I don't know how to put it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how to say it. But it's kind of just to be blunt, and I can't think of a better platform to do it on. It feels like the relationship with the team's kind of taking a step back, kind of kicked me in the nuts, and maybe something I can talk to you guys more about off air. But that's kind of what I got going on.
So your announcement is that you are canceling your own podcast.
I'm self-canceling myself. I might say like a slur to just make it easier.
Right.
But,
Jesus.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So, no, it's just, so I wanted to say I appreciate all three of you guys for interacting with me and stuff and doing all that, making me like at least 1% more credible or legitimate. So, that is very much appreciated. And, that's just kind of where I'm at.
Well,
all right.
That's super depressing.
Yeah. And Max,
sorry about that, dude.
you know, I'm all about positive vibes, man. So I want to take this time to ask you, what the fuck were you thinking allowing me to pick you and take you to fucking Iowa after you shit down your leg and fucked us on the fucking game? How does that happen, Max? You son of a bitch.
That wasn't me. That was a shortstop.
Yeah, Jose Iglesias was at second base.
Oh yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
that was a,
You're right.
Yeah, he's at second
yeah,
base.
that guy was inside. That guy was inside off real.
Yeah.
He was making highlight reels all game. When it came down to crunch time, he folded like an origami bird.
Yeah. Also, Dallas blew the save.
No, he blew the save for
I
us.
didn't say that.
That's a fucking 5-out save from a guy who's got 0 tendons in his arm. Can't expect that.
Okay.
I think the hacksaw thing where he cut up the bat kind of like delayed. Like it just kind of added.
That's
that
true.
was,
Like I like the move, but it just kind of delayed the game.
well, it was The guy just forgot to fucking saw the bat. That was a major step that was missed. Talk about leaving me out to dry. Anyways, Maxie, great to hear from you, my man.
Yeah. Love you guys.
Love you more,
Have a
Max.
good Thanksgiving.
You too. All right. That was Max. And that was Talking Angels. But if you want to
talking Angels,
that was Talking Angels. You want to talk some football, though? DraftKings Sportsbook is an official sports betting partner of the NFL. It's my go-to when betting on the NFL this holiday season. Right now, new customers can bet just $500 on any NFL team to win their game and get $150 in free bets if they do. And check this out. Right now, everyone can earn up to 100% boost with DraftKings stepped-up same-game parlays. Go to the DraftKings Sportsbook app, place a same-game parlay, and combine multiple bets like which team will win, player props, point totals, and more. The more legs you add, the bigger the boost, the bigger your shot to win big. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now. Use the promo code Jared. Place a $5 bet on any NFL team to win their game and get $150 in free bets if they do. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook with promo code Jared, Jared. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See the show notes for details. Joseph, your new video came out on Doc Ellis. Doc Ellis and the no-hitter on LSD. Dallas, you do drugs. Do you believe that it's possible, like as someone who threw a perfect game, probably under the influence of something, do you think that it's possible to throw a no-hitter on LSD? Have you taken LSD?
Yeah.
As someone who's taken LSD, do you think it's possible to pitch in a major league game, not only pitch in a major league game, but throw a no-hitter on LSD?
Well, you obviously have to think about, how much? How much have you taken? How many mics are we working with here? Yeah, mics, M-I-C. Look it up, you'll figure that out. But yeah, I think just simply because I know and appreciate how powerful the mind is. And if you should find yourself in a combination of a focused flow state and a place mentally where there's no time. Time is suspended. It's quite literally just about executing movements, and now we're starting to get into what sort of trip he was on at that time. But yes, absolutely. Jared, psychedelics, in my opinion, and a lot of other folks' opinion, have been suppressed, and the usage and the studying has been suppressed publicly because of the benefits that folks saw early and realized, oh man, you know what? This is going to be a whole nother thing we're going to have to regulate, and we're going to start, we can't start having the masses thinking on this level. They're going to start to peel this onion back.
There'd be way too many no-hitters if that is that case.
Yeah, it would definitely. Yeah, you're definitely going to find LSD on the performance enhancing list if that were to continue.
You really think so?
Being serious, I do think that there's a small window, a small intersection between the things I just talked about and still having the ability to perform.
Okay.
And whatever that may be. Because look, we know dudes got through many years of their career hopped up on cocaine, on fucking amphetamines. So yeah, it's possible. Just because you're taking a pill doesn't mean you're not doing coke, doesn't mean you're not taking meth at the time, low grade, whatever it may be. You're on drugs. And that's the kind of shit that for some people, boom, you lock in, you focus. You don't blink for 3 fucking innings. You can see the words on the baseball coming in. Guys talk about being in this moment where you just slow everything down, everything. And the effects of the mind and the chemical makeup, chemical balance or imbalance has a lot to do with that. So when you start introducing psilocybin, mushrooms and shit like that, absolutely. We can take a hard right and get into the effects of microdosing and what that does, the ability, recall and just tapping into a flow state easier because you understand that there's now sort of a pathway, right? There's stones you got to step on to get to this mind state. And now you have a map as to where before you were just kind of really depending on, well, I hope the dinner I had last night, the stretching I've done this morning, and the meditation I did all are going to lock me in again. Well, now there's actually science that talks about some of the chemical enhancement that allows you to get there more frequently, more efficiently, so you're not just fucking frying yourself. But yeah, there's absolutely truth to that.
How many major leaguers are microdosing LSD regularly before pitching?
Microdosing LSD? I don't know how many. I would venture to guess none. None.
Okay. Shrooms.
Shrooms? So 100% of the population, I'm going to say somewhere around 10% of the major league playing population has dabbled.
Didn't Tyler Glasnow admit that on the record?
What?
I would never, simply because I understand how corporate America still operates, I would never put a player's name out there until they did. When it comes to,
he said he was talking. I mean, I don't think he said it was like before it starts. I think it was more like in the offseason type thing. Like he was talking about it on Mike Studd's podcast.
Yeah, there's ways that, like, when people hear mushrooms, they think, oh man, I'm going on a trip. Like, no, that's it doesn't have to be like, you know, what's called a hero's journey where you're eating a fucking quarter of them. No, it's not how that goes. You, as they say, you microdose. You start to kick yourself into gear little by little. You're experimenting with different mixtures, different mushrooms that activate different things that are for the benefits are different. And players are more informed about body awareness, mental state, rest, recovery than they ever have been before. Right? All of this information at our fingertips, and players are now starting to tap into it and say, if that didn't work for me, maybe this does. And I tell you right now, pill, the synthetic pharmaceutical, is something players want no part of if they don't have to, because you start to understand what it does to the body. Like, I sit here today in front of you, not even 40 years old, with a stomach that probably looks like I've eaten nothing but fucking lemon rinds for the last 15 years, 20 years of my life. Just eaten up, shredded because of all the high-grade anti-inflammatories and the opioids that you eat just to keep your body going, just to try to be able to function. And when you realize that there's another avenue, a different path, where your rest and recovery isn't quite literally fucking killing your body and eating your body, you're going to start to dabble. You're going to start to say, yeah, educate me. Let's go down this road. So if that's something that Glass did in the offseason, more power to him. I hope he found a way that he's able to utilize this in everyday life, because there are mega benefits to it.
Interesting. What's the most interesting thing that you found while researching that video, Joe?
About Doc Ellis?
Yeah.
Oh, he said that he used to, like, fucking people used to scream at him in the stands, and then he would go over them, and then, like, if they had kids, he would, like, talk to the kids and, like, get the family's address and phone number, and then, like, invite himself over to dinner, and then he would just hang out with them. He said he did it 3 times. They were fucking screaming at him.
Like, angrily or cheering for him?
Angry.
Oh.
They were cursing him out, yeah.
And he was like, you know what? This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to come over. I'm going to have your wife's pot roast. I'm going to teach your child how to ride a bike, and then I'm going to fucking leave. And you'll never get any of that back.
Yeah. That's what he says.
That's a nice little nugget there.
Yeah, he was very hated.
Yeah. For a dude that's beloved right now, he was definitely not beloved as a player.
Well, I mean, I could see how if you were, you know, consistently just dosing, dropping acid out there, you know, guys be like, hey, can you but that's not even like the main
reason why they were pissed. Like they were mad at him because of his hair.
Yeah, dude, he was just talking. She's making a lot of noise. Making a lot of noise, dude. People don't like that. They say, quiet down, buddy. These fucking dorks.
He wasn't having it.
No, dude, he didn't give a fuck.
No.
He did not give a fuck.
The Aaron Judge sweepstakes.
Oh.
I don't want to say it's picking up steam, but some things have happened, Ellis.
Yeah. Takeaway from the staged video of Aaron.
Yeah, that was
walking
very.
in.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Come on. Just
what was
stop.
up with that?
We got to stop that. Like, because
take me through at least your thought process of how you think that went down, because it definitely was staged.
Oh yeah, I'll tell you exactly how it went down. Whoever he was with in his group, like, I'm not going to call them a handler, but just in his group, whoever it is, management, publicist, whatever, whomever it was, had that conversation. Hey, obviously people are going to see that you're here. All right. So it's going to be news. Someone's going to catch a video or a picture of you here at the airport, getting into a car, in the hotel, whatever. Like, we know that that's a possibility. So why don't we just get out in front of that, right? Make a little joke. Everybody knows you're from the area. Everybody knows you're from Linden, which is 2 hours from San Francisco, but you're going to fly into either Sacramento, San Francisco, or Oakland to go to Linden. Hell, you might fly into Stockton. I just don't have Aaron Judge flying Spirit Airlines, because in about a month, he'll be able to buy fucking Spirit Airlines. Mm-hmm. So he's probably not jumping on that one. And then it just goes like this, like, hey, like, you know what to say. Like, you know, just kind of him-haw around, like, oh, just here, visiting family. I'll tee you up perfectly. You can answer that. And then, you know, if you want to throw in anything, you know, feel free. And so Aaron Judge did just that. Hey, what are you doing here? Oh, nothing. Just, you know, friends and family here. Heavy wink, hard, heavy wink, slight, hard, heavy, inconspicuous wink.
There it is.
Aaron Judge in San Francisco. What are you doing in the city?
What?
Just visiting some family and friends. That's about it. That's it.
Oh, yeah?
That's
Any fun plans?
We got something. Have a good one.
You too.
Well,
very, 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 very scripted,
geez.
Very coordinated. And so John Morosi tweets this out and puts in the tweet, breaking news into MLB Network via video from San Francisco. Aaron Judge has arrived in the city and is expected to meet with the San Francisco Giants this week. Join us on MLB Hot Stove at 9 a.m. Eastern tomorrow for the latest. So, like, it's not even like it was a random fan in the lobby. It's a woman's voice, and it's in the lobby of the hotel. It's tweeted directly from John Morosi. So it's some sort of MLB intern that's on site that sent it to someone at MLB Network or straight to John Morosi, who then tweets it out. It'd be much more believable if it was tweeted by a fan, but this is very clearly staged to be like, hey, that letting everyone know I'm fucking here to talk to the Giants.
Yes. And what did I say last time we got together? He's checking all of the boxes, doing all of the things that you're supposed to do, regardless of how cheesy they are, regardless of everybody clearly understanding where it's coming from. You still do those things, because if you don't do those things, then people could sit back and go, well, you know, he had time to try to get other teams interested. Why did his camp not try to stir up the interest? Why did they not try to create a bidding war? Why? And that would be a question that somebody could ask if this corny ass video doesn't make its way out, right? Like that's the other. What's the other side of the coin, Dallas? What if he doesn't do this? Well, I just told you. People start to talk shit and wonder why his camp isn't doing the corny shit that everybody else's camp does when they're in this spot.
It's just
but,
weird.
I mean, come on. Oh, Aaron Judge in San Francisco. What are you doing here, Aaron, in San Francisco? Huh? Oh, just, you know, friends and family. Is that it? Is there anything else on your agenda while you're here in San Francisco? No, man, just, you know, some other business. Oh, well, maybe. Heavy wink, hit the wink, boom, hit him with the wink. That's it. See you later. Heavy wink. Fuck, come on.
So if he's trying to convince the Yankees that he might go to San Francisco, doesn't that make you think that he's probably going to stay with the Yankees?
No.
This is the equivalent of Aaron Judge slipping into something a little more comfortable and coming down the staircase and stopping and going, oh, well, I'll be right back. I forgot something. And now he's going back up to the room and he's waiting. He's waiting to see who's going to come charging up that fucking staircase. Because he did what he needed to do. Slipped into something a little more comfy, showed a little leg, and then disappeared. And now the fucking frenzy. Son of a bitch. You Steinbrenners, gather round. All right. He's talking to fucking Farhan and he's talking to all those folks out on the West Coast. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? How are we going to prevent this? How do we beat the Giants upstairs? Huh? I want to see what Aaron Judge is wearing. How do we get up there? And Aaron Judge knew that video would do just that. And if the video isn't doing just that, well, then the answer is really only one of two things. The Yankees know what Aaron Judge is wearing. They're comfortable with what he's wearing, and they're comfortable with him understanding how they look at him. And so they're just sitting back going, look, if you love something, you got to let it go. And if it comes back, it was meant to be. That's where the Yankees are at right now.
It's night and day reading the Aaron Judge quotes compared to like the Rafael Devers and Xander Bogaerts quotes. Because this comes out and Judge, both of them are trying to get the attention of their ex, but Judge is doing it by going out to the bar and making out with someone else and then posting it on Snapchat. Whereas Xander and Devers are like, babe, take me back, please. This is a Rafael Devers quote. For me, Xander Bogaerts is a very important player on the team, and he has always been here at the Red Sox. He's my friend. He's my family, so I'd like him to stay here. I hope they sign both of us.
Yep.
Aaron Judge is like, I'm in San Francisco, bitch. I'm going to meet the fucking Giants. Let's go. Woo!
Whistle shots.
Yeah, he deserves it. I mean, the Yankees had it just like the Red Sox did with Bogaerts. The Yankees had their chance to sign Aaron Judge, and they didn't. So he's being courted. This is part of the process. I would be living up every single second of this if I'm Aaron Judge. I'm coming off a 62 home run season. I just won the American League MVP award. I'm the franchise player for the most profitable, most recognizable franchise in professional sports. Yeah, they know that I hold all the cards. So I'm just going to go flaunt around town. I'm just going to go be a little slut. So John Morosi also said, I'm told that the meetings went all the way up to ownership level between Aaron Judge and the San Francisco Giants.
Yeah. And
I saw something else too, where they were saying that the meeting, if I can find it, I'll get the exact quote, but it was something like the meeting went about 12 hours. And they were showing him around the stadium, covering every inch. It was basically like a retreat more than just your typical free agent courting meeting. They gave Aaron Judge every ounce of everything that they had to convince him that signing with the San Francisco Giants was the right play for him in the rest of his career, basically.
Damn. 12 hours for what? And if you're the Yankees, do you think maybe you don't want to sign him because he's not even practicing, or maybe a lot of these free agent teams?
That's true.
If he's taking all this time to go on flights, 12-hour meetings,
it's a long time.
How the fuck?
How dedicated is Aaron Judge? Is
right.
That what you're asking, Joe?
This guy just had his best season. It kind of sounds like he's slacking off right now.
Yeah. How could you? I doubt he was doing push-ups during those 12 hours. Imagine that the Giants have him in there all right, let's lift. We want you to show us now.
Yeah. You see this board? See this board here? Can you make this board? The strength board of the Giants? Can you make this board? You deadlift that, bro? We'll find out. I'm here for every minute of Aaron Judge. Let's make sure one thing is abundantly clear. Not mad at Aaron Judge at all for the staged video. Do it.
Not enough people were calling him out for that being staged, by the way.
Well, it's just because I think it's one of those things where it's so obvious. Do we need to call him out? Or do we all just kind of look at that and go, oh, okay, he's doing what? Yeah, we all get it. Like, you take that at face value because the minute you hear words, you know that this is fake. Yeah, but I'm here for him going through those exercises. Do it.
He seems to be anti-corny shit for the most part.
He could have done way more than that. What if they had him like a picture with him with a Giants hat on?
Oh, okay. This is part of it. My understanding is this meeting is still going on. It's an all-day type of experience. I'm sure he's going to see the ballpark. I would expect the Giants will play heavily on that emotion. That is the team in which Judge fell in love with the game. I tweeted that the other day. There's a tweet from 2013 where he said that the San Francisco Giants were his favorite baseball team.
Like, I wonder if the Giants would have any, like, I don't know, like, because there's one way I thought about, like, really selling the Giants to Aaron Judge, and selling him on it. But, like, is there any conversation like, hey, look, man, we've had a different guy starting in left field every year, a different dude every year since Barry Lamar Bonds retired, was forced to retire, was blackballed. There's been a revolving door in left field. Now, I don't know that they just want to put Aaron Judge in left field because you understand what kind of fucking athlete this dude is. He can help.
He is what kind of fucking asshole this guy is.
He doesn't need to be hidden in left field. The dude can go play anywhere out there. So do you kind of play on that as well? Like, look, this has been a revolving door, but it's because nobody like you has walked through this door until now. And what you fell in love with, you can be that for this community, for this generation. You can be the reason we're able to sign the next Aaron Judge after you leave town.
2 Aaron Judges on one team.
Crazy, right, Joe?
Where do you think this is headed? Both of you. Gun to your head.
Gun to my head, the New York Yankees cannot, absolutely cannot have Aaron Judge wearing anybody else's uniform. Cannot.
This is like, I know you guys aren't wrestling fans, but this is very much like a wrestling storyline from the 90s where Kane, my favorite wrestler of all time, Kane, his girlfriend, Tori, his former tag team partner, X-Pac, took Tori home on Christmas. The X-Pac and Tori Christmas story. And she was like, don't worry, like everything will be fine. It's going to be okay. The next thing you know, she fucks X-Pac and now she's with X-Pac. If you're the Yankees, you're going to let Aaron Judge start kissing the San Francisco Giants on Thanksgiving. You're going to go let Aaron Judge spend the holidays with the Giants. You're the Yankees. Are you some kind of cuck? Like, what is that?
Jared, don't fucking sleep on the 1, 2, 3 kid, pal. Don't sleep.
Oh, okay. All right.
Uh-huh.
It's my friend Sean Waltman loves Kowloon as well.
That's right. Yeah. And if the Giants have to be the 1, 2, 3 kid early to grow into X-Pac later in these negotiations, so be it. So be it. You think that the Giants aren't afraid to slide under those ropes, pop up off that mat, come back, fucking little spinning heel Johnny right into the chest?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They're ready for that.
First time I met X-Pac was at Kowloon, and one of my buddies was blackout drunk, and I didn't want to bother him. Like when wrestlers are out in public, I'm like, they're just trying to enjoy their time. This kid, blackout drunk, goes up to X-Pac. He's like, hey, Xbox.
Yes.
He's like, let me get a pic with you, Xbox. It was very cringe, very uncomfortable. But
yeah, I mean, did you know that I know that he beat Razor Ramon for his match to 1, 2, 3?
Yeah, the little backflip. It was a couple guy on guy. 69 was the finish. I believe that was in Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
The 1, 2, 3 kid. That's where he got the name. But yeah, if you're the Yankees, you just can't let Aaron Judge go. But it seems like they're letting him cuddle up nice and get courted by the San Francisco Giants here.
Well, and maybe it's a matter of, like I said, The Yankees haven't given him everything they could, showed him everything they could. I mean, they've had all the time in the world to continue to court this guy. So it's really going to boil down to, does Aaron Judge think things will be different elsewhere outside? I mean, when you think about the Giants too, they are not necessarily in a position to be contending in right now or in the foreseeable future. If I'm being honest, like there's some building blocks that need to be inserted before you're an Aaron Judge away from, you know what I mean?
You
They're
have
building.
an anti-Giants bias.
Did you see Kapler with going up the mountain with the prospects?
I saw
Go on.
Kepler at a Starbucks looking. He was on a Zoom call with Farhan in the middle of a goddamn Starbucks.
Kepler was where, Joe? What'd you say?
He was hiking with some of the prospects.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Arizona.
Shout out Reggie Crawford. We could get him on. That's the top pick for the San Francisco Giants. So I forget. I think it was probably last year or the year before. But once I started heavy tweeting college ball, he was one of the dudes that stood out. Remember when every week I would do like these are the guys, like, because I didn't know shit about shit with college baseball. Like, these are the players that kind of like stood out to me. And I made a list of like a few guys every single podcast. I was like, oh yeah, this guy, and then that guy, and then Reggie Crawford was one of them, and he was the first round pick out of UConn for the San Francisco Giants. He was on that little retreat with Gabe Kapler.
Yeah, man. He can turn a boy into a man. That Kapler, man.
Yeah, he's a little-
You know what I mean?
No, tell us more.
Yeah,
I
go
mean,
on.
he's just a leader, dude. He's just one of those guys. He's real hard. He's like, I don't know what Gabe Kapler really fucking
What do you do?
intrigues me
Why is that? Tell me why.
because he just like has a weird vibe, bro.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he?
Like,
It's a little weird, isn't it?
I don't know. It is a little weird, but it's also
Yeah, it's
kinda-
weird, right?
No, it's
Joey
cool.
wants to watch Gabe Kapler lather himself up in coconut oil.
Yeah, he loves Coke.
Hey, I'm not the only one.
No, you're not. I'd fucking
I-
OnlyFans that right now.
The guy is a player.
Yeah, he is, isn't he?
But realistically, the first 2-3 years, if you're Aaron Judge in San Francisco, you're eating that, right?
Yeah, well, that's what happened with Bryce a little bit. Reminds you of the Bryce going to Philly situation, or
So
Manny going to San Diego.
San Diego. So do you think you're closer in the beginning of being with a new organization to where you want to be? Or do you think you are closer with the New York Yankees right
World
now
Series?
in their window to get
You're
into
definitely
where you
closer
want
with
to
the
be?
Giants.
No, what the
Excuse me?
You guys thinks he's so funny, dude. You're trolling, bro.
I'm not.
The Yankees were 4 close. They were a closed roof and a couple bounces away from the World Series last year.
They were 8 wins away from the World Series.
They were a closed roof and a fucking tall wall and something like that. Like, they were close. But yeah, the Yankees are way closer than the Giants
No,
as it stands now with Judge. It's not even close.
no, I disagree. The Giants just won 107 games. When's the last time the Yankees won 100 or like 107 games? Have they ever done that?
When was the last time the Giants went to the CS?
The Giants have won more World Series titles recently than the Yankees have. The
Yeah,
Giants
but-
have a more richer tradition of championships than the Yankees.
I don't think that's necessarily true.
I do believe that to be true.
I don't think that's true because the Yankees have more World Series. But if you wanted to say 21st century, then yeah.
Yeah, I don't care about the World Series titles that were won before the Kennedy assassination, which yesterday was the anniversary. R.I.P.
Yes,
to
it was.
JFK. Anyways.
Wasn't me. That's all I'm going to say about that.
You're on the
gotta
record,
like having
right?
you gotta like having a clear name there.
Yeah. Yeah. It wasn't me.
Do not get any wrong ideas.
Yeah. this was interesting. Alec Manoah, my close personal best friend, met him right outside my apartment. We've been best friends ever since. He had some comments.
Yes, he did.
About someone that comes up in conversation on the show from now and then. And
I just, I mean, for Pete's sake, it's
just something that I found to be interesting. The comments that Alec Manoah had. And it reminded me of the conversation that I had with him, which, at the time it was like, all right, this is like an off the record exchange. But now I don't think he cares. Like, he's crossed the line to where I don't think that he cares about that. When we were crossing the street, I don't even remember if I said it on the podcast, but in case you didn't hear that episode, I don't remember if I said it. We crossed the street together, and I said, "What's up?" And then he looked at me, and I was like, "If you need someone to beat up Garrett Cole, let me know." And then he just reached his fist out for a fist bump. And so you could tell at the time, he did not care for Garrett Cole. And this might have been a week or two coming off the screaming match in Toronto. Was it? It was in Toronto.
Yeah.
So this is what he had to say.
In me. So you ready? Yeah. Oh, let's do it. Who is the worst cheater in baseball history?
In baseball history?
Yeah.
Cheater?
Yeah.
Garrett Cole.
Garrett Cole, what he did?
Yeah, he cheated. He used a lot of sticky stuff.
Yeah.
To make his pitches better.
Wow.
And he kind of got called out on it.
Okay.
Yeah. So this one's for you.
Oh, this is for me. Yeah, that's the big one. You answer. Ooh, this one I never had. This one. This is too big. Oh, they are moving.
Did he say in baseball history?
Yeah.
Baseball history.
Yeah.
Oh, why you did this to me?
I told you I'm answering every question. I'm not drinking that tea.
Yeah, you're doing that.
He gives no fucks. Alec Manoah.
He said it for sure. But you know what? Normalize him being able to say that kind of shit though.
Sure.
Why wouldn't he? What would be wrong about him saying that? He feels that way. He's not teammates with this guy.
No.
And should they ever be teammates, a la Josh Donaldson, Garrett Cole, I'm sure things like that work itself out so that we can coexist.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the opinion is his opinion. I did find it, look, recency bias, I think probably played a large part into the answer there. Because there's been some other things that have happened in the past in the history of the game that that might have been an option.
Sure.
But he did not go that route. He went to what we all know, what's fresh in the minds of fans who've been
Who do you
hearing
think's a
about
bigger cheater than Garrett Cole? Like Andy Pettit?
you're sick and you need help.
Jake, yes or no? Did Andy Pettit admit to using HGH?
Yes.
Yeah, he sure did.
Okay. So what do you think is more beneficial, Spider Tack or HGH? And that's actually a great question because I don't know that it's slam dunk either way. I'd say both help you out a lot. So they're both pretty big cheaters, both pretty big Yankees.
I mean, the Black Sox are instantly where my mind goes.
That's bullshit. A lot of the guys that got accused of cheating in the Black Sox scandal hit like 450 in the home run in the World Series. What?
Just one guy.
Several guys got accused of cheating.
No, yeah,
or not cheating, but like throwing the World Series.
Real, only one guy had the statistical defense to really argue for his case.
Sure. Like imagine throwing the World Series and hitting 473. You're banned, bro. Should have hit 550.
Yeah, my bad. Sorry.
Then you would have had more plausible deniability, but unfortunately for you, you're banned forever.
Yeah, and then you could obviously go with all the bullshit that we've gone through in the last few years with the sign stealing scandal. So I mean, all I'm saying, yes, there were options. There are plenty of options. And again, this is an opinion.
Marwin Gonzalez.
He's not
Marwin Gonzalez.
noted Yankee.
Huge Yankee.
Were you shocked that he named names?
No, because he don't give a fuck. Like he's one of those dudes that is about that action, and we've seen that on multiple occasions now on the diamond. And you put him in. I mean, how many times? Because I think this was his breakout year. Really, like he's becoming a guy in the league. How many times has he had a hot mic in front of him in an environment where he's being asked questions like that? Not often.
Right.
Like I feel like he hasn't been put in a spot like that before to have to answer that question and then dance around it. So now that he's more of a guy, I mean, let's get him on the pod. I guess we are best friends. I'll fucking send him a message and be like, hey man, I feel like now I'm not going to ask him anytime soon, because if I do that, then it's coming off the Garrett Cole thing and he'll know exactly why I'm asking. So I don't know, somewhere maybe after Christmas, 2023, we'll get Alec Manoah on.
Yeah, just a little check-in, because he does have, like, I love the fact that maybe more guys are being comfortable with being themselves, saying what they're thinking, answering questions, because they're not here for the cliches. And Alec Manoah doesn't strike me as a guy who thinks that he's the biggest, baddest dude when he walks into each and every room. He strikes me as a guy that, should the biggest and baddest dude in the room take issue, he's ready to roll. And those are two very different things. The first guy is here to tell you just how big and bad he is, right? The second guy understands who he is, but is not going to let fear get in the way of somebody telling him what the fuck to do and him having something to say about that. And I love that. I love that. Because I think your teammates, they feed off that. They see that like, yo, we will go to war with this dude. Because he's not afraid of anything, not afraid of anybody. Doesn't mean he's telling you he's going to whip your ass or dominate you, but you are absolutely going to be in a dogfight.
Oh, he could kick the shit out of Garrett Cole if he wanted to.
Do you think you could beat Alec Manoah in a fight, Joe?
Me, yeah, I could beat him up, but because I'm just stronger than I look. But I think Alec Manoah probably beats up most players because I think he's big and strong. But I will say this: the Yankees and the Blue Jays are kind of getting feisty here. I mean, what did Vladdy said that? Oh, we're not scared of the Yankees; they're scared of us. Vladdy also said that he would never be a Yankee, ever.
He did say that.
He hates them. So something to look out for. That's the biggest beef. It's a bigger rivalry than the Yankees-Red Sox right now, I would argue.
Jay's pinstripes? Things heating up?
Yeah. I mean, because the Red Sox, aren't really much of a threat. But the Blue Jays,
not at all. Not at all.
And the Yankees, these are two teams that are probably going to be 1 and 2 up there in the division.
I mean, again, the Red Sox signed fucking Jolie Rodriguez today.
It's true.
Yeah, we got to have at least 26 guys, Jared. So,
You know what else you have to have?
Blue Moon. Right now.
Blue Moon.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Called it.
Fucking called it.
Baseball season is over, but you can still feel that ballpark nostalgia with Blue Moon. In fact, Blue Moon was born in a ballpark at the Sandlot Brewery in Denver, Colorado. And I'll tell you right now, I was there yesterday. I was at the Sandlot Brewery in Denver, Colorado. I got to talk to you about that. Blue Moon is a one-of-a-kind experience that isn't just for baseball season. It's also perfect for the holiday season. Its bold flavor, bright explosion of color, iconic orange slice ritual, and authentic ballpark roots will make your holidays unique and flavorful. So I am at the Sandlot Brewery in Denver, Colorado, which is attached to Coors Field. I did not know this. I had never seen it before. I've been to Coors Field. This is my third time, first time seeing the Sandlot Brewery in Denver, Colorado. Going there, and I find out that they originally brewed Blue Moon in that brewery. They were just kind of dicking around. They were like, this actually tastes really good. It was called something else. Like all their beers that they brew in there have like baseball names. And this beer had a baseball name. And it was like something, I can't remember now. But they changed it to Blue Moon because once they passed it up the chain, they were like, oh man, like this beer like this only comes around once in a blue moon. They were like, boom, that's what we're going to call it. So now Blue Moon, as you know, there's another brewery. They have two of them. We went to the other one, and it's huge and it's newer. And that is where they have a million different beers on tap, like ones that don't get put out into the mainstream. And they have an iced coffee beer that was delicious. And I was like, can I bring some of this home? And they were like, no, you can't, but you can come to the brewery and have it there. And I was like, oh, well, that's a tease. So I have to come back.
They don't sell the iced coffee?
No, they keep it's one of their top on tap though at the brewery.
Oh, proprietary. It stays there. They don't slang it outside.
Yeah, it's not discontinued, but it is. It's one of those beers that you can't just go to the store and buy, which really makes me sad. But from its refreshing flavor with Valencia orange peel for a subtle sweetness and hints of coriander. I got to see the coriander.
The king of coriander.
Yeah, that's what they've been calling me. And, I got to see where the coriander comes from. And let me tell you, you want to talk about life-changing experiences? It was me getting to get down and dirty with the coriander.
Ooh.
Blue Moon Belgian style wheat ale is one of a kind beer that's made brighter. It's carefully crafted and full flavored with refreshing notes and a smooth, creamy finish. Why strike out with the same old beer when you can get something that's one of a kind? A beer this good only comes around once in a blue moon, but you can enjoy it all holiday season long. Enter for a chance to win an exclusive Blue Moon paper shoot camera to immortalize those unforgettable holiday moments. Make your holidays brighter than ever with Blue Moon. Get Blue Moon delivered and enter to win an exclusive paper shoot camera at get.bluemoonbeer.com/rocket. That is get.bluemoonbeer.com/rocket. Blue Moon made brighter. Celebrate responsibly. Blue Moon Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado Ale. No purchase necessary. Open to legal residents of 50 USDC. 21 plus only. Begins November 1st, 2022 and ends December 31st, 2022. Includes 4 entry periods. For rules, visit bluemoonholiday.com. Void where prohibited. Message and data rates may apply.
I'm going to let a little secret out. This year, I have decided to brine my turkey with the addition of a blue moon or two. Because I put apples and oranges and citrus alike in the brine as well. But this year, I'm kicking it up a notch. Moon me, Jake. I'm mooning my fucking bird this year, baby. That's happening.
Wow.
That's happening.
You're going to put Blue Moon up your turkey's ass?
If it's lucky.
Okay.
Is that a blue moon up my ass? Or are you just happy to see me?
I didn't know that was a thing.
Oh, yeah. If you ever watch a bird just gobble that long neck, Jared, that thing disappears.
Mm-hmm. That's how turkeys in Stockton sound like.
That's what a turkey sounds like when it gets a blue moon shoved directly up its keister.
Yeah. Them Stockton turkeys are built different.
That's right. No plucking around, bud.
Yeah. Major League Baseball announced the Comeback Players of the Year award, and I've got a bone to pick with this award.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like the Pujols call is almost like
he came back from just sucking.
Yeah.
I mean, I love Albert.
It's a comeback. It's a comeback player of the year disguised like masquerade. No, it's a farewell player of the year award masquerading as a comeback player of the year award because everybody knows how it's going. See you, Albert. Appreciate you. It's been great. To your point, Jared, things have not been great for about a decade or so. And with that being said, you're rounding out the career, and it was a storybook finish. I don't know that merits comeback player of the year.
I disagree.
Okay, Joseph, go ahead.
But people usually, where you get player of the year, usually because like you hurt your elbow and then you're out for the season, you come back the next year. Albert Pujols came back from like 10 years in a row that sucked. So it was like you got to accumulate those. That's like really bad year. If you take all those bad years combined, it's probably a worse year as you can get, and then you come back from that. With that being said, I know Jared's pick for this kind of same shit.
Yeah. Like, I was upset about the comeback player of the year because it's like, I get Justin Verlander. Like, you're coming back from Tommy John surgery. That has merit.
A second one. Let's
At
not
the age
just
of
let's not just
39.
broad brush. At the age of 39, your second Tommy John,
And you're winning the Cy Young Award and a World Series title. That's all valid.
Yep.
For sure. So in the American League, I've got no qualms about Justin Verlander. But with Albert Pujols, you're coming back from you sucked. And that's okay. It was fun. It was a fun season to watch. But in the case of Mark Appel, is there going to be a movie written about Albert Pujols' comeback season? No, maybe his whole career. His whole career as a whole. But Mark Appel just getting, because someone was like, oh, he only threw 10 innings. That's not a comeback. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. First round, first overall pick, and you flame out and you give up baseball, you quit, and then you come back and you make your way all the way to the big. It's the journey. It's not like, we're not talking about coming back from the year prior. We're talking about coming back from several years of adversity just to make it to the show. That's right. Is a comeback for the ages. So Justin Verlander in the American League, yeah, sure, yeah, you're coming back from Tommy John, your second clip at 39 to win the Cy Young and a World Series. Boom, done. Open shut case. With Albert Pujols, we love Albert here. We're big fans of Albert Pujols winning anything.
I'm not a machine, okay? I'm just Albert.
But we also, I think, can appreciate a great story. Like with Pujols, that was a career story. Well,
he won the award with the home run tear that he went on in fucking LA. Or in St. Louis, excuse me. Like that's what this award was won on. Sure. Is eclipsing the 700 mark and doing it in St. Louis. That was what won Albert the award. And it's great. That's fine. It's a lovely story. It is. But to your point, Joe, about 10 years worth of suckage compiling itself, imagine Mark Appel. An entire career's worth, you could say, of suckage to the point where he walks away from the game and has to get himself right. And he does.
So wait, what happened? Is he coming back if he never was there in the first place? He just got here.
Good question.
No, he's coming back because he's been here once and he's left, and now he's returning, or he's coming back. So he's back now because he was here and he left. And when you leave somewhere and you arrive at that same place again, you have come back. So that's what he did.
Was in the major leagues before this year?
No,
he's come back to baseball.
Yes.
Come back to baseball.
Yeah.
Comeback player of the year.
So he came back to baseball, got to the big leagues. Yeah. Fuck yeah. Because most people are expecting that, like you said, Joey. Oh, elbow, leg, whatever, back. Fuck. Things aren't great. I hit 174 last year. This year, I'm back, baby. I hit 250, 260. I popped 25, 30, whatever. And that's typically where your eyeballs go. That's typically where the brain goes. But I can appreciate the Albert nod for the reasons I just discussed. But that also kind of tells me maybe this is why Mark Appel should have won it. But
yeah, I don't like that thought process that it has to be like, well, he just sucked. So he didn't really come back. He was just bad last year. Now he's good this year. To me, that's what the comeback player of the year should be. The injury always seemed kind of cheap to me. Like, oh, the only reason you weren't good last year is because you got hurt, and now you're not hurt. So obviously you're good. So
but you gotta make those adjustments though. You have to make those like for me, that's where the comeback player of the year has always sort of consisted of. Like, you got to have a storyline attached to that. If it's just about you being better than you were last year and people expect you to be good and you weren't and now you are, well, that's how shit is supposed to go. You're supposed to make adjustments. If it wasn't great last year, why? Identify it, get in the lab, get your shit together. I'll see you next season. Now we're handing you an award for making the adjustments. So I've always appreciated the underlying issues that accompany the comeback player of the year. Those are the things that I get excited. What's the fucking Daniel Bard? I mean, come on. Injury, yips. He's throwing shit over the center field wall because he's not sure where it's going. And now he's back.
Did Matzik win it? Matzik should have win it every year. Matzik. Why? I can never, because he was out of baseball. He had the yips too. He had the same shit.
So that's where my brain goes when I think comeback player of the year. Like, all right, they had a hurdle or two in front of them. Why? What was that? And what have they done since? How do they overcome that? How do they work through that? What adjustments were made? Excuse me. So Verlander, everything we just said. Double TJ clip, 39, Cy Young, World Series champ. Yeah, you absolutely came back for sure. And nobody that was dealing with issues, even remotely close to yours, performed better than you. You're the fucking guy. Pujols, phenomenal story. Is the guy going to get to 700? I don't know, because he might as well be swinging a wet fucking pasta noodle. Goes back to St. Louis. St. Louis is making a run. Albert's hitting homers and is a part of that. And now we've got history in our sights. And this is a dude who struggled for 10 fucking years to do what we're seeing him do now in about a month and a half. Like, holy shit.
Exactly,
that's absolutely got your attention. It's going to overshadow a guy like Mark Appel, whose story isn't as closely followed by the average fan of baseball the way Pujols' story was being promoted and shown and told. So I get it.
Yeah, they don't want that. They don't want the Appel story getting out.
Yeah. Well, he's our comeback player of the year.
Mm-hmm. Not me, dude.
Not you.
Listen what you just said. Albert Pujols, you said you like the storyline. Crazy storyline. Came back. No one thought he was going to hit 700 except for me. And it was a big hot take. And everyone who said that was doing a hot take. So that's the thing. Then he comes back from being bad. That's comeback. Comes back to St. Louis. That's another comeback. So that's 2 comebacks in 1 year. And it was the biggest story of the year. Appel, all power to him. He could win it next year, dude. If he pitches good next year, he could win it next year.
I don't know about that.
Appel, listen, he only pitched 10 innings. Next year, he's probably going to pitch like 50 innings and have like a 2.5 ERA. And then he can't win comeback player of the year 2 years in a row. So giving him now is kind of like a fucking punch in the face to him, because you're going to want to give it to him next year when he actually performs.
So let him win. So it's much better for Mark Appel to win the comeback player of the year award, having just pitched better than he did the year before, as opposed to Mark Appel overcoming everything he did to get back into baseball and get to the big leagues.
He's still overcoming shit next year when he becomes an all-star. That's the real comeback. This year was just the teaser. Like, he got into the league, which was good. That's a little bit of a comeback, but it's only half the comeback. You got to let the story play out, because next year it will be a big story. This year it's only Jared who gives a fuck, honestly, about Appel.
Tough crowd, Joe. Tough crowd.
That is fucked up.
Yeah, just dealing with some mental and emotional issues, finding myself spiritually, trying to figure out what I'm going to do with life, battling the idea of like imposter syndrome and all that. Joey's like, That's cool, man. But I mean, what? So you got to the big leagues? Fucking big deal. Big fucking deal. You got to the big. That's
Imposter
great.
syndrome, bro.
Talk to me in 30 years, bud. Let's see how this plays out. All right, talk to me in 30 years.
I've been thinking about that. Like, dude, this guy, he came back from imposter syndrome.
It's fucking real.
It is real.
Give him the comeback player of the year, dude. He didn't think he could do it.
I won't name names.
Like I said, I'm the only one you're limiting this guy. Like, all he is, like, he's not the number one draft pick in the world. Like, he's just some fucking schmuck. I'm telling you right now, next year when he goes off, you'll be sorry that you gave him comeback player of the year before when he didn't earn it 100% like he will next year.
Oh,
it's tough love from Joe.
It is, man.
Brutal. If we got Mark Capel on the podcast, would you keep that same energy?
Yeah, he would agree with me. He's like, yeah, I don't deserve comeback player of the year this year. I love Albert because of course he would say that.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, he responded. He responded to my tweet with a sad face when I said Mark Capel not winning this award is a tragedy.
Yeah, that tells you everything you need to know. He did a sad face. Like, he's not going to go out and be public guy like, I should have won. Because he's a fucking hard worker, and you know what I mean?
And you know what I mean?
He's like a blue collar, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, one bootleg type of guy at a time guy. And next year, it's just going to be like his year.
Next year is the Joe Capel.
Yeah. It's obvious.
Okay.
Look, he's trending upwards.
Yeah.
Every year he's trends upwards.
How old is
Which is tough to do with people like you pulling him back.
Exactly.
All right.
Oh,
I could say the same thing about you. I could say the same thing about you and Albert Pujols and be like, wow, Albert Pujols apologist. You probably one of these people who think he's cheating. You probably think he's on steroids, and that's how he came back. And that's why you don't want to give him the award, because you think, oh, this can't be happening. He's definitely on steroids. Something's up with the baseballs. You know what I'm saying? Some bullshit like that. To a legend.
Dallas is a big baseball conspiracy theorist for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I don't even know it to be a conspiracy theory. It's just kind of the truth.
Thank you. There's a reason. There's difference. Theories haven't been proven.
Yeah. Yeah. Dallas has done the research with help.
I've rolled up the sleeves.
Yeah.
I've gotten hands on balls. I've had other people get their hands on my balls.
Yep.
We've done the dirty work.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Let's go. How many of those perfect game balls you got?
I got a few.
Let's tear those apart, dude. See how fucking
you have multiple baseballs from the perfect game?
Uh-huh.
How'd you get them?
Yeah. I think I have two, if I'm totally honest.
Final out.
Yeah, and it's a crazy story how I got that one. And the one I had just in my locker from the game, authenticated. Our clubby gave it to me. Like, I think everybody
what was the
got
significance of the ball?
Just a ball from a perfect game. So they're all, what you call it? Why can I not
authenticated?
Fucking word. Yeah, thank you, Jesus Christ. Yeah, they're all authenticated. So they all got the sticker and they were on our chair. But the last out, that was for the folks who know the story about me taking my entire uniform and walking into the clubby's office where there's fucking Billy Bean, there's two authenticators. It's like a fucking drug deal going down. And I've got this ball that's not wrapped up, not anything. It's just like in my pants pocket of this uniform. And I've unfolded all the shit and they're checking belts, socks, hats. They're, zapping all the authentication stickers. And I pull the ball out of the pants and I'm honestly flipping the ball up in my hand while they're fucking snapping all these, or they're buzzing all these stickers. And the authenticator looks at me and goes, that? And I go, oh, it's just I said, it's just a ball. And I handed it to him. And he's like, it's got a sticker on it. Whoop. And he goes, and it was great because he handed it to me and he goes, this one's going to stay with you. So it was discussed that everything that I was bringing was going to the team. But the authenticator took that ball and said, this one's going to go home with you. And I said, really? He goes, yeah, that was the final out. So I was like, oh, that's where it went.
Oh, so it wasn't the final out.
What's that?
I said, that wasn't that you lied.
No, it was the final out. It was the final out. Number 27.
That probably wasn't even the final out.
Where's it at?
You probably never even got the last out. How about that?
How about
Sticker
that?
says it.
You probably only got 26 outs.
No. Kapler, sawdust. Appreciate you.
Do you keep it in a safe or is it displayed?
It's in a safe. Yep.
What do you think that would get on the open market right now?
Like 150.
That's it. $150.
Yep. Maybe.
Maybe $200.
I don't know. I mean, there's only 23 baseballs like it, right?
Mm-hmm. Do you know where the others are?
The other final outs?
Yeah, like I'm sure that there's got to be some in the Hall of Fame.
I would think so. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, back in the day, like Larson, like what are we, what's going on there?
Right.
What happened with that one?
Like I don't think that they have like authenticators standing by.
Yeah. So I don't know. Trust me, that's my next goal is to somehow acquire a baseball with all of the signatures from guys who had one really good day at work.
Don't you have like a bunch of them on one baseball?
I do, but they're not. No. The only one I have Roy Halladay and Mark Burley.
Okay.
Because we're all within the calendar year of each other. And I wanted a ball where my name is on the sweet spot and Mark Burley and Roy Halladay are not. Just for my own peace of mind.
Right.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
I think it'd be cool to have like even if it was just every pitcher who's thrown a perfect game, if it wasn't on one ball, to just have them all on one separate baseball, just like have them all on the line in chronological order would be cool.
Well, it's cool. I have looking at those balls, like I still like. I'm very weird about signing that shit because I legitimately and literally I don't want to devalue the baseball.
Mm-hmm.
And I am very careful about where I sign those balls. Like I will not sign a ball. Like give me the smallest fucking space. I'll sign right there. Like I don't need to be, I shouldn't be next to any of these other, big names that you're going to be looking for when you have that ball. And the balls are really cool because you can tell that everybody has in some way just tried to make space, but you can also tell who knows that they don't need to really be making space.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that. I love that.
Yeah, I think it was like 2019 maybe when the A's were in town. We came out of Fenway. There was someone who came up to you outside and had a baseball that he was working on of all the signatures, the perfect game throwers, and he had a decent amount on there.
Yeah. Yeah, he had that dude had like 15 or 16 names on there.
Yeah. Does any part of you, when you sign that, be like, I don't know, like I think you obviously have like the diehard collectors, but with each infinity stone that guy collects, it's like that the price of the ball just keeps going up and up. It's like I'm helping to put a shit ton of money in your pocket if you ever decide to sell a baseball that has every signature of every perfect game thrower on it.
Yep.
Like what do you if with every single perfect game signature, what do you think that baseball goes for?
Oh man. Like there's a lot of things that impact that, like, you know, condition of the ball, condition of the autographs. Are they legible? Is there any bleeding going on with any of the older autographs? That has so much to do with the value. But let's say a perfectly minted pearl that is stored away in a environmentally controlled area, no sunlight exposure, but like, yeah, that ball is that's a 6-figure piece of memorabilia.
Huh. Yeah, I could see that. I don't know where Joseph went. He's gone.
Well, he had to go at like 10.
Oh, he did?
Right? Thought so.
Yeah, you had to go.
Thought that's what he said. Yeah.
Huh. Interesting. All this talk about selling stuff makes me think of Shopify, though.
Slang it. Oh, yeah. Shopify's about to have their tits lit up here in the next 48 hours.
Up. It's time to knock that new business idea out of the park, Dallas. I know you've been talking about all the businesses that you had in mind. With Shopify, the all-in-one commerce platform to start, run, and grow your business. Forget the off-season work. Shopify makes it simple to sell to anyone from anywhere. Whether you're selling warm-ups or wall hangers, it's time to start selling with Shopify and join the platform simplifying commerce for millions of businesses worldwide. With Shopify, you'll customize your online store to your brand, discover new customers, and build the relationships that create diehard fans. Shopify fields all the sales channels to grow a winning business, from in-person POS system to an all-in-one e-commerce platform, even across social media platforms like TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. And thanks to 24/7 support and free on-demand business courses, Shopify is on your team every step of the way. It's how every minute new sellers around the world score their first sale with Shopify, and you can too. Shopify is the secret to becoming a business champion by making it simple for anyone to sell their products anywhere, taking the guesswork out of selling. When you're ready to take your winning idea to the world, team up with Shopify, the commerce platform powering millions of businesses down the street and around the globe. Try out Shopify for free today and start selling anywhere. Sign up for a free trial of Shopify.com/Jared. That is Shopify.com/Jared to start selling online today. Shopify.com/Jared. All right. I think we covered a wide range of topics. I know that the Phillies are still red hot on Trey Turner right now. The Phillies, I don't know if you saw this, Dallas. The Phillies extended Dave Dombrowski through 2027.
3 years.
That's quick.
What does that mean? Does that mean that in 2028 the Phillies are going to have like a peanut vendor and maybe someone who's working in merchandise left on the roster?
It means by 2028 the Philadelphia Phillies, where are they at right now in terms of payroll? I was going to say that they'll have a top 5 payroll, but I feel like they might already be in the conversation.
They could. So could they have a ring in the next 5 years?
Yes.
I feel like if I'm telling you that they're not going to have anybody left in the next 5 or the next 3 years,
they're number 7.
Then there's got to be a ring that comes along with that.
All right. So then put it there.
That's what Davey Doms does.
By the end of the 2027 World Series, will the Philadelphia Phillies have their first World Series title since 2008? Yes or no?
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Why not? Why not?
Why not?
Why not?
I mean, this is what this guy does.
He do be doing shit like that. Yes and no, but yes.
I mean, it's been a while since this happened. Look, I get it. Like, because early what was it? Like fucking
The Marlins?
I was going to say GM of the Marlins. Was that 97, 98?
97.
Somewhere around there?
Yeah. Let's look
And
at
then
his
he did it
wins.
again. What's that?
He should have done it with Detroit. Like those Tiger teams, like 13, 14, those should have ended in World Series titles. He was with the Marlins from 91 to 2001. So they won again 2 years after he had left to go to Detroit, but he did have a World Series in 97. Obviously, no luck with the Chicago White Sox, but then you have the Detroit Tigers from 2002 to 2015. And those Tigers teams towards the end, those were World Series caliber teams.
Yes.
Like those,
so
like 13 and 14 were some of the best. Like we talk, like Jay Hay, who can't wait to talk to Jay Hay again soon. But Jay Hay, Dallas, and myself, we would suck the dick clean of the Philadelphia. Was it 2010 or 2011 that had Cliff Lee, Roy Oswalt, Roy Halladay, and
10.
That was 10.
Mm-hmm.
The 2010 Phillies being the best team to never win a championship. I would put the 13-14 Tigers in that conversation as well.
Well, yeah, they had the same type of shit. They had firepower offensively. They had horses on the bump. They had every reason to be a world champion, and it just didn't work out. Every reason they could have been there. So that's why I look at the track record of Dave Dombrowski and, tongue in cheek say that you're not going to have much left after the fact, but it's because he's wheeling and dealing, trying to make the big league club better, not only better, but bring them to a championship caliber level of performance. And he's just not afraid to make maybe the unpopular decision and getting rid of guys that you've probably had circled as impact guys later down the road. And he's saying, well, you know what? I don't know that I'll be here later down the road. I'm here to build a winner right now. And right now, I have an idea of what these dudes could fetch us. So this is how we're going to go about it. That's what he's done. And he's had success doing that. And it feels like for the Phillies to be, creeping ever closer to that point, maybe it's not a player decision that gets you over the hump right away. Maybe it's bringing Davey Doms in and extending him and giving him and everybody else around him the knowledge and the understanding that we're going to be here for a little while together. We all now have a window. How do we either keep this window open, or how do we win in this window? Because after it's shut, cool, we're gone, doesn't matter. But in this time period, we need to accomplish some things. Who's going to help us do that? Enter Dave Dombrowski, or extend Dave Dombrowski. And they have.
I just think it's interesting how Dave Dombrowski won a World Series for the Boston Red Sox and was fired less than a year later. Dave Dombrowski gets the Phillies to a World Series, loses, and gets a 4-year extension.
Well, that's, managing up, managing down, even as a general manager, you still have to be able to move laterally there. And what I'm getting at is maybe relationships with ownership weren't at an all-time high. And maybe some decisions made just didn't resonate and didn't settle, weren't as palatable for the upper levels of ownership as you would have liked. And so how do they respond? Thank you. It's Jim Crane, right?
Mm-hmm.
Great. You won a World Series. I don't know that I was in love with all of the decisions that you made to get us here. Appreciate it. I think we can essentially duplicate our success whether you're here or not. So thanks for coming, because I don't think you're worth what you're asking for. And Jim Crane is going to stick to his guns on that one. So GM leaves, Dusty's hanging out for a year, and you're almost forcing people, or maybe in his mind, he's thinking, Now I'm going to create a level of hunger, a level of thirst amongst the front office. Who wants that job? Who wants to be the next guy or girl that can come in here and do the job to the point where I extend them instead of making decisions that have me looking at this as a World Series champion at the end of the season and still thinking we could get more somewhere else.
Right.
Or we could go a different route. That's a weird place to be.
You mentioned the Houston Astros a little bit there, Dallas. Did you see that the Astros received the biggest postseason shares in MLB history?
Attendance?
Huh?
6 games?
The playoffs, yeah. Like if you were like a clubby, some of them were taking home like $100K.
Fuck yeah. That's huge.
Houston
Huge.
shares this year are worth $516,347, each thanks to a record players pool of $107.5 million, up 19% from last year's pool of $90.5 million. The previous record for a postseason share came in 2017 when the Astros cashed in $438,901 and 57 cents each for winning the World Series. And then I think I saw
Like,
it was
you're
taking
clearing,
home like 6 figures for like the fucking Bat Boy and shit.
For sure. For sure.
Yeah.
Like you get a chunk of change and you decide how many shares are created from that chunk of change. So just think 26 off top for each member on the active roster, a share to anybody else who spent time on the roster. And then from there, you start slicing the pie up. Head clubby, maybe he gets a whole share. Maybe the players vote to split a share amongst 4 bat boys or, whatever. Random front office people who in their world, in their network, we're really doing work. We're carrying water and maybe they get broke off. So yeah, there's a thousand different ways that this stuff gets divvied up, but I love it. Just think about, what'd you say? The share over $500,000.
Mm-hmm.
When I broke in, that was $100,000 more than league minimum. So making $398 or whatever it was league minimum for me. And you go to the DS and you get a share. You go to the CS, you get a share. You go to the series, you get a share. So going to the playoffs, clearly one of the most lucrative things that can happen to a guy. And if you're a young dude, you want to talk about setting yourself up, putting you in a different class out of the gate. Yeah. Make a deep run of the postseason your first couple years.
Mm-hmm.
Good Lord.
Shout out to the Houston Astros. You can hate on that organization all you want, but they're doing a lot of things right. They're winning baseball games. They're paying out their players, the clubbies, everyone. Everyone's getting a little piece of the pie and at record numbers. Houston Astros fans, I know that, what was it, like a few episodes ago? I think it was during the playoffs, where I said, I was like, I don't even really know how many Astros fans listen to the podcast besides Freddie, that fucking insufferable but lovable Astros fan. I got a lot of Astros fans reaching out being like, yeah, I'm an Astros fan. I'll listen to the podcast. There's a lot of reasonable Astros fans. There's a lot of crazy ones out there, but there's also a lot of reasonable ones too.
I think that's credit to our balanced approach throughout the most turbulent time of the Astros fans' life over the past few seasons.
Yeah.
Measured and calculated analysis.
Mm-hmm. We were fair.
Totally unbiased.
Yeah, we were fair. While everyone else was trying to get rage clicks, we were just like, all right, everyone needs to calm the fuck down.
Yeah. Understand it's happening elsewhere and understand that in a couple years, when things disperse and there's maybe 2 of the same players on the team later, like you're going to realize, all right,
I said it in fucking 2019 because Evan Drellick was the one that broke the story and he's the one that wrote the report about the Red Sox using the video room. I was like, isn't it just interesting that Evan Drellick covered the Astros and then he covered the Red Sox and those were the two teams that got caught doing something? Don't you think it's the fact that those were his sources were and it's not that those were the only two teams that were doing some shady shit? Not that what the Red Sox were doing was on the same level as the Astros. The Red Sox were barely doing anything at all, just using the video room. But don't you think that if Evan Drellick covered the Dodgers and the Cubs, that the story would have been about the Dodgers and the Cubs? Yeah, it would have been. Could have been. So it is what it is. It's in the past. I think they're always going to get booed, the Astros. They're always going to get hate. Even probably, I guess it's going to have to wait until like we're now starting to see that new core, like the Mr. Peñas of the world, who are, how the fuck could you hate Mr. Peña? You see this dude? He's just like I don't even know. It's like a fucking Arby's or something. He's in the drive-thru and he's got like a crowd. This was a sight to see. Did you see this clip, Dallas?
What, the Mr. Peña clip?
Yes.
No.
So he was in it. I can't remember. I think it was more of like a local joint. I could be wrong.
Is it on the tweet box?
Yeah, it was like a week ago. Like it wasn't like super recent. But he was basically in like the drive-through window and just taking orders and handing out meals.
Oh yes, I saw that. I saw him working at Raising Cane's, I think it is.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I saw that.
So he was doing that, and regular customers are coming through the drive-through. But on the other side of the drive-thru, you've got hundreds of screaming Astros fans going nuts for this guy.
Yep.
That's cool. Like the fact that the World Series is over, baseball season's over. It's Texas. They love their football down there. But the fact that they were standing there screaming like a bunch of teenage Backstreet Boys fans outside the studios of TRL, we love to see that as baseball fans.
Love to see that. Love to see, and I'm sure you saw this, the reception for one Julio Rodriguez.
Yes.
The J-Rod show.
Yeah.
The J-Rod show comes home after taking MLB by storm, absolutely dominating, hang with him, Mr. Peña, the Rookie of the Year voting, wins that handily, comes home and is celebrated like he just landed on the fucking moon. Incredible. Deserving.
I believe I saw somewhere that Julio Rodriguez FaceTimed. Did he FaceTime Michael Harris? He FaceTimed someone to like congratulate them. It might have been.
I mean, believable.
He's class. That's a dude that believable. Like the Mariners made the right choice. And I hope this doesn't become an old takes exposed. The Mariners made the right choice making that guy the face of the franchise.
Yeah, right. Well, he showed them everything that they want to see. I think he's shown everything you would want to see in somebody who you would be essentially putting the franchise on their back. Here's what's going to sell us. Here's essentially how we're going to be identified over the next decade is with the attitude, the drive, the way this young man approaches the game. That's the brand of baseball we're going to be known for. Mm-hmm. And I said this, like he knows how good he is. He understands that. He knows how much better he can be, which is really scary to think about with dudes like him. And he is not letting his talent or the justifiable ego that could be present, he's not allowing any of those things to get in the way of him embracing the love that he's receiving and also showing up and working harder than he did the day before. And I can see that shit. I watch that shit unfold, watching this guy. Anytime 19 times a year, I get to watch the kid. And it's not just watching him play the game. I'm there early watching these guys move around, going to the cage. What's the work in the cage look like? Early work, base running. Like he's checking all of these boxes. And yeah, the Mariners nailed it. Nailed it. Because the dude, he is absolutely the kid who says, sweet, I got breaded up. You know what's coming now? The biggest, brightest, loudest J-Rod show you've ever fucking seen. Time to get to work. God, I love that.
Yeah. Well, before we get out of here, I'm going to tell you about Tom Brady's podcast if you haven't heard about it. If you want in-depth football talk straight from future Hall of Famers Tom Brady, Larry Fitzgerald, let's go. Every Monday on Let's Go, a SiriusXM podcast with Tom Brady, Larry Fitzgerald, and Emmy award-winning journalist Jim Gray here, championship perspective on the trending topics on and off the field. Get expert analysis on the latest NFL action and find out what it takes to win 7 Super Bowl rings. It's 5-time Super Bowl MVP Tom Brady and 11-time Pro Bowler Larry Fitzgerald at the microphone and unfiltered. If it's on their minds, it's on Let's Go. Plus, all season long on Let's Go. Hear the best guests in the podcast world, from Oprah and Snoop Dogg to today's NFL stars. Listen to Let's Go with Tom Brady, Larry Fitzgerald, and Jim Gray every Monday night through the 2022-2023 football season on Stitcher, Pandora, or wherever you get your podcast. Dallas, I would like you to compliment me on my reading. It's gotten better.
It has gotten better. You've adopted coriander. And from there, I feel like that was a moment where you decided, you know what? I'm not going to let the English language kick my ass anymore.
Yeah.
You're not here for it.
No.
You're punching back. And it's visible.
It's tangible.
Yeah, I can feel it. There's more cadence to you. There's confidence. I don't know if that's the coriander talking or not, but whatever it is, I mean, you're making adjustments, Jared. You're starting to make adjustments within the at bat.
Sure. I'm reading swings.
Mm-hmm.
You can learn a lot from a take.
Yep.
You can learn
Sometimes
a lot
more
from a swing and miss. Yeah.
You've done both. Hey, do we got any plans? You got any plans? You got a
Kowloon tonight.
You got a new set of bones? You got a new pad?
Yeah, I'm not in there yet though. Still at Fenway.
No?
Still at Fenway. I don't close till the day that will live in infamy, December 7th.
Oh.
I close on the 7th. And because I'm breaking my lease, I'm still going to have the Fenway apartment until mid-January, which means I can take my time moving over there. I will say this. It's a big place to furnish, and a former, he's retired, but a Red Sox legend is remodeling his house. And he was like, you take your pick. You can just have a bunch of this fucking furniture because we're just getting rid of it. So I looked through it. There's some of it I could use. Some of it maybe I wouldn't have hand selected. One of which is a couch that has butterflies on it. And I was looking at it and I was like, obviously I don't want this, but what a conversation piece to have this in my house. And people be like, what's the fucking deal with this butterfly couch? And I can just say, yeah, make fun of me all you want. That belongs to X-time World Series champion, blah, blah, blah. And I feel like I want the butterfly couch now. That might be the only thing that I take.
That's where you take the ladies, Jared. Hey, right? Wipe your face, sweetheart. You got a little chow mein left on there. But hey, when we're done, we're going back. That's right. We're going to snuggle up in the cocoon.
Yeah.
She's going to, what's the cocoon? What's the cocoon?
Yeah.
And you're going, look, take a look in that mirror, sweetie. All right. We know how things are starting out right here. By the time you hit the bricks tomorrow morning, you'll be that beautiful little butterfly. All right.
Yeah.
But it's just going to take a trip to the cocoon.
Mm-hmm.
And then you walk in, boom. She's going to go, oh my God. Look at this fucking couch, Jared.
Mm-hmm.
It's got fucking butterflies on it, dude. What? Yeah. And then she's going to put it together. She's going to be like, oh my God. Am I the caterpillar? Is this the cocoon?
Right.
Oh, fucking done. Slam dunk, son.
Yeah. I mean, that's the plan. Also, I haven't discussed this with you either. Every room in the house, it's a big house, but every room is essentially accounted for except for the attic, which is it's a finished attic
grow room,
but it's long and it's spacious.
How high is the ceiling? Like, can you just tell me this? Can you walk around in there without having to crouch?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. So yeah, so you've got at least
it's probably like 8 foot ceilings, and
I was gonna say at least 5'9".
I'm 5'10".
Okay.
Yeah, but they're probably like 8 foot ceilings, and there's enough space if I wanted to like the mound that I bought for LaSalle College. I can put that mound in there and put up a net at the end and just put a plate and have like a stand-in, and I could just like get like a fucking TrackMan in there and a radar gun, and I could start the rebuilding of my shoulder. Like I could be in the big leagues within the next couple of years because of that attic. That's what I might use it for. Because when I was going around there, they're like, oh, you don't have kids. No, like no one else moving into the house with you. No. Well, just don't rush into making this room something that you don't actually want. Like you could do like a theater. And I was like, well, I already have like a TV room. I don't need a theater. Oh, like, why don't you do this? And I was like, no, I want that. So they were like, well, it'll come to you over time. I stood in there. I looked around for a little while and I was like, I could put one of those fucking like AstroTurf mounds in here and then set up a net on the other end and just fucking get a bucket of baseballs and get in throwing shape.
Yeah, you could do that.
Yeah.
You could definitely. I don't know if that's going to be maximizing
the space
for you, but
well, it's something to use the space for. Like eventually if I have kids, it's like a great like play area for kids, but I don't have fucking kids. So it's a play area for me.
For you.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't even have to put a net up. You could probably just throw that fucking baseball against a pane of glass. Right. That shit'll bounce back. You'll be fine.
That's not true. That's not true.
So you're going to get a force plate, TrackMan.
Yep.
You got to throw up some edgies.
Yeah.
Yep. Get a little edgy so we can slow it down.
How much do those cameras cost? Those are like $50,000 cameras.
What?
Those are like $50,000 cameras.
Yeah. Yeah. Fine though. We're fucking. Come on.
Is this the big leagues or not?
Talking about getting the show, guy.
Yeah.
You want it or not?
Maybe I'll see if there's definitely people in the community that listen to the podcast. Maybe I'll see if they can like lend me some equipment. Just to get it started.
By lend, you mean, hey, look, you're a multimillionaire. I can have this, right?
Yeah. You're like, listen,
you want to lend this to me and never see it again?
Right. You lending it to me so that I can make content in the attic. And then it's, your logos are everywhere.
There you go. Well, that's exciting to hear.
Yeah.
That's exciting. You know what else? You're going to need to hit tracks.
Yeah. I'm going to need all the data that I can get.
You need to hit tracks.
Yeah. Then I can probably make a compilation video to give to Pitching Ninja, who can tweet it out, and maybe he can get me like a minor league deal somewhere.
Possible. Get you on the Mustard app, Jared.
Yep.
Start to get your mechanics ironed out.
Yep.
Yeah.
What's the app that Johnny Gomes got going?
Was it
I forget the
one name. Baseball One or One Plus or One U, something like that. I know what you're talking about because I fuck with it, but I don't even know the name. Jesus, clean it up, Dallas.
Yeah. Jake, you think I can make it to the big leagues in 2 years?
Yeah, I mean, with that attic, I think you're a shoo-in.
Yeah.
With that attitude, you could absolutely.
I'm going to put a podcast studio in there, full gym downstairs. You'll never see me again. It's going to be a compound. I'm also making a secret. You'll like this room, Dallas. I'm calling it the edibles room.
Oh.
So at the top of the stairs, there's a big landing, but it's like it's a space that someone super fancy would put like a carpet and like wall art and like a chair that no one fucking sits in. So what I'm gonna do is have like a huge ass like bookcase that opens up, and then you go in and it's like this like tight room with like, you know, like when you go to the restaurants and it's got like the booth that like wraps around the wall. So it'll have like a booth seating in there. And I'm gonna get like a cylinder coffee table and put one of those Galaxy projectors in there, and then I'm gonna put a record player in there, and I'm gonna wallpaper the walls with like my favorite album covers, and it's just gonna be
human skin.
Yeah, it's just gonna be it's gonna be a secret room where you can just go just vibe out.
Can you add a hookah?
Sure, who cares? Yeah,
just throw one in there. Throw a hookah in there.
How much do those go for? That could be my housewarming gift. You can give me the hookah.
Low level, entry level hookah. Oh, your housewarming gift is it's already taken care of.
I don't like that at all. I feel like I don't like that at all. Like you haven't until you see the house. Like you should base. First of all, Dallas, you didn't ask me what I need. So the fact that you did not inquire, you did not inquire, nor did you see the house. So you're just.
Jared, I got boots on the ground, but you think I haven't?
You're
already
throwing
been through that house.
A Hail Mary. You're throwing Hail Marys with a blindfold on, and you're confident that you just threw a touchdown pass. That does not compute.
No, well, to you, it doesn't. I understand that.
I'm
a veteran in this game. Jared.
Who did you speak to, Dallas?
Well, I'm very tech savvy, Jared. So I just doing some logging in, and next thing you know, I got questions and I got answers to those questions.
Who'd you talk to, Dallas?
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Oh, yes.
No.
Yeah.
No, I don't like that at all.
Oh, fuck, man. I can't tell you how excited I am for Christmas.
No. No. You stay over there.
Oh, it's going to be so funny.
No, you stay over there.
Oh, I can't wait.
No, I don't accept your gift now. I don't like that.
Oh, fuck.
Can I have a hint?
It's going to be so good.
Can I have a hint?
No. It's nothing. Nothing. Just something small, something for you to think of me when you see it's necessary.
Okay. I mean, if it's like a little Dallas Braden statue, like I would put that in the entryway.
No, I told you? Oh, damn. I got to be careful how I say this.
Okay.
Long, many years, many years, thousands really of years before I ever met my wife, who I love an insurmountable amount.
Beautiful woman, inside and out.
I spent a all-star break with some friends.
Yeah.
At a former teammate's house of mine. That former teammate wasn't my teammate at the time, because that teammate was traded really right after signing a deal that was supposed to keep him in Oakland for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that didn't happen. So he had to leave town, which meant his house was available.
Got it.
And let's just say when that individual returned, there was a bobblehead of me in every single room of this individual's house. And it was left there secretly so that when this individual came back, it was well known what had transpired in those rooms. And there was my bobblehead. So imagine walking into the laundry room 5 months later and you're packing shit up and you go, are you fucking serious? Another one of the in my laundry room? Are you fucking kidding? Yeah, just look right there.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean,
bathroom in the garage. Book it. Yeah. Look
is
under the
it
sink. You're gonna find
is it the bobblehead that I have?
No, it's a it's one from the ports. It's a minor league. Yeah.
Stockton.
Yes.
Stockton Ports. I've got some merch.
That's right. Yes, you do.
Stockton represent.
Well, you have yourself who's cooking the bird? You're going home, right? You're going to Ellen's?
No, I'm going to my godparents.
Okay. But everybody's going to be there.
Everybody's going to be there. We keep it small on Thanksgiving.
Good.
Yeah. What do you guys do? You guys host?
No, we also, it's just going to be our small family. And then we've got some friends who come over early. Like we'll probably have some Bloody Marys, some mimosas, get it going. And then I'll get that. Also, I'll give that bird a bath in some bubbling grease, deep fry that bitch.
Yeah.
And then eat it ass first.
Yeah.
I will remove the Blue Moon beer bottle though, for sure.
Yeah, I mean you got to take the bottle out, but you still let that Blue Moon drain in the ass.
Just gobble that fucking thing. I can't wait.
Yeah, Jake, what are you doing?
I'm getting some Chinese food with the boys and then hitting the bars
Where are you getting Chinese food?
in Swampscott.
Oh, so it's not going to be good.
It's all right.
Wow.
Well, if it's not Kowloon,
it's not the loon.
You know what pisses me off, Dallas?
Hold on. You know what? Yeah. Okay. Tell me what pisses you off first.
It's my fault, really, and partly your fault too. Kowloon is supposed to be the Thanksgiving Eve spot for Saugus High graduates, but I think we've hyped up Kowloon so goddamn much that now every fucking town goes there. It's going to be Saugus, Linfield, Peabody, Georgetown, like all these fucking towns. It's like, what? You guys don't have your own bar? Like, you don't have like a dive bar in your town? Like, why are you coming to Kowloon? And then you think about it for a second. It's like, wait, now everyone knows about Kowloon because of The Rock, John Cena, Jared Carrabis, Dallas Braden. Like, people keep shouting out Kowloon from the fucking rooftops, and now everyone wants to go there. It's nuts. Good thing. I mean, obviously, like me and Andy have the closest relationship of anyone on this podcast, and I have a table, so I'm all set. I know where I'm gonna be tonight without any issues. Not waiting in any lines. I am not gonna have to wait for any drinks at the bar. I will have a table, and I'm inviting only the people that I want to be sitting with me at said table. I wish that you could be there, both of you, but.
I think that Andy needs to take a page out of the soccer playbook. And look, if you're not from Saugus, you gotta fucking sit over there. And if you're from Peabody or whatever, West Chesterton, Fieldville, or whatever fucking fucked up name of a town you got out there, like you can't sit here. You got to sit over. You got to sit with those folks. All right. I think that it's
fair.
It just makes the most sense,
especially on a night like tonight. It's Thanksgiving Eve.
Right.
Everyone's supposed to go to their local towny bar.
Yes.
If you're from fucking Peabody, how is your local towny bar Kowloon and Saugus? It's not. Go home. Unless, you're a hot girl.
That's one thing I do miss now about being a transplant here in Simi Valley, where I live, is I don't know where that bar is here locally.
Isn't like the local like average age in Simi Valley like 76?
No.
Isn't Simi Valley like the Naples of the West Coast?
It is definitely not.
That's what I heard.
Naples
That's a lot of people have been saying
of
that.
the West Coast.
It's like it's like a senior center retirement town.
No, there's a portion of our community yes, there's probably some older folks, but like in the community we live in, no, there's young families. I just don't know.
Live with your grandmother.
I still do. I still live with my grandmother. Yes. I just don't know where that watering hole is, where you walk in and you like, you're in the right spot when you walk in and there's 15 people in your line of sight and like 7 of them, you're like, I don't want to fucking and then the other half, you're like, hey, there they are. But now I got to Yep, I'm here. This is the right spot. This is where I was supposed to be.
Yeah. Every year, I think I've been saying for 7 years now, like at the end of Townie night, I take a look around. I'm like, this is it. This is the last one. Just want to take it all in. Like by next year, I'll probably have a girl that I'm going to end up marrying and starting a family with. And then I show up the next year, single, just ready to take on the night. And I'll have the same moment tonight. I'll be like, you know what? I just got a house. I love this new job that I got. And like things are really falling into place.
And then as you're going through that, you're going to feel somebody come up and bump into you, and you're going to turn and go, and then she's going to go, is this where, can we go see the cocoon you've been telling me about? I heard you got a new cocoon.
Yeah. That's what it is, Dallas. Every year. I mean, everyone should have hope, right? Like everyone should wish upon a star that eventually, you'll get the last piece of the puzzle. It just so happens that I have that moment on Thanksgiving Eve every year. I'm like, all right, next year things are going to be different. And they aren't, but that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah, because Jared, science tells us that stars eventually burn out and you're just staring into a deep, dark, black abyss anyway, right?
Yeah.
So wish upon a star, pick the right one. Otherwise, it's just a Wednesday before Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll see you next year. Right back here. Kowloon.
Well, I hope you enjoy yourself.
Cool.
What do we have a pair of shoes picked out for tonight?
I have no idea what I'm going to wear because I was just on the road for 10 days. So my mom hasn't had the opportunity to do any of my laundry. So I don't know what's clean. I'm going to have to.
You don't go buy a new outfit for tonight?
So I was thinking a few months ago, I bought a cashmere sweater that I've been dying to bust out.
What an asshole.
I've been dying
to
bust out my cashmere sweater. It's like North Carolina Tar Heel blue, which I love that color of blue.
Trying to get the eyes to pop?
Yeah. So I'm thinking maybe I go that route. I got a pair of sneakers that go with it. I've only worn those a couple times. The sneaker lifts fit in those
you got
perfect.
Some suede 4s, some suede 1s. What do you got?
I don't even know what they're fucking called. They're the sneakers that I bought on the sneaker shopping episode that I did with Christian Arroyo. Like a Pro on SN360. Check it out. These right here. They're like multicolored, which I like. I like funky colors.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Yeah. Got some purples, some greens, some blues, some grays. We like that. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see if I go cashmere at the Kowloon tonight. I don't know.
Cashmere. I told my wife, like on our first anniversary, I told her, the only reason that we're even sitting here today is because I wore a cashmere sweater on our first date. And before we went out, we took our dog. It was her dog at the time. She had just rescued a little pit bull puppy.
Mm-hmm.
We took her for a walk and she was just so excited. She's a little puppy. She jumped up on me as we're taking her in the house to drop her off so we can go out. and she jumped up and like bit the bottom of my sweater and fucking ripped it with her fucking dog tooth. And it took everything in, because I am so like, if I got a rip or something like that, like for me, crumble the fucking thing up, burn it, throw it away. I'm never wearing it again. Get it the fuck out of my face. I'm now pissed. And I had to go through all of that emotion, like first date with my fucking dream girl. And I'm like, this bitch's dog seriously just bit this. You know how much this fucking sweater cost? I don't spend money on shit like this.
No.
At all.
No.
And this fucking thing is toast now. Fuck that.
You're not a mature guy.
She better come fucking correct. Still have that sweater.
Someone responded to my tweet about that I have pretty cool news to share on Baseball's Dead. And someone responded, Tyler said, J-Hay, the boys are the boys back. And J-Hay just liked it. He didn't respond, but he threw it a like. Yeah. I did see that tweet. Did you see that tweet that J-Hay said he's available?
I did. Mm-hmm.
He said, update, very available to do baseball podcasts now, if anyone wants to do that. Do you want to do that?
I would be down to do that.
With J-Hay specifically?
With J-Hay specifically.
Yeah. Have you seen him recently?
I have not seen him physically.
Mm-hmm.
We have definitely exchanged words. We've conversed. We have kept up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You got to remember, I knew J-Hay and his wife
way back,
long before
the 4-letter network days.
Yes. So, I mean, for the folks who aren't aware, J-Hay was the one who I said, look, dude, got this opportunity. Some fucking kid off Sock Space or some shit you ever heard? I don't fucking know. Well, he's doing a podcast or whatever. He doesn't look like the worst.
I did look like the worst. That was the problem though.
Couldn't need some help.
Mm-hmm.
No, I showed him you're right. I showed him the picture. He's like, who are you talking about? And he was like, oh, well, Dallas, I was, if I'm going to be leaving ESPN with you, I would be thinking about, maybe long term. This kid, the picture you're showing me looks like he's probably at the end of it. If you know what I mean. Are you sure this isn't a Make-A-Wish thing? I was like, no. It's going to go on. Like it'll be he's like, all right, because fucking butthole eyes. Like, are you sure you want to?
I was tired.
He trusted. Sure.
Yeah.
Still are. And everything worked out. So yeah, he's a writer. He is a fucking writer, but he is. And his beautiful wife, Allie, just welcomed a baby girl into this world a little while ago. So a belated congratulations publicly to J-Hay. But I would absolutely love to sit down and talk baseball with that man.
Oh, just thinking about the opportunity, just
from fucking 6 to midnight.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. I think people would be really excited. And I think what's even more exciting is he's been off the air with us for 2 years now? Like more than 2 years? That was like pre-pandemic almost.
Yes.
He's been off the air with us for a while. So I think it would be also very fun to expose Dr. Claw to a whole new audience. They'll be like the OGs that know J-Hay. People will freak out like if and when he does or is able to come back. But then just exposing him to all the listeners that we've picked up since his departure would be very exciting.
And he would like it because
it's
J-Hay
very similar
is intelligent.
to like the first. So one of my buddies, musician, he loves music, never got into Pink Floyd. So as a 32-year-old man, I had the privilege of giving him his first Dark Side of the Moon experience, like putting it on the TV and just like listen, like seeing it, like him being like, it's like those videos, like when the babies get the hearing aid and they hear sound for the first time and they're like,
oh, it's so cool.
Yeah.
Those
So like
cool.
giving him his first Dark Side of the Moon experience, it'll be very fun to give baseball fans, if this is the case, their first J-Hay experience.
Yeah, that is, and trust me, it's an experience. And when you get to when you get to know J-Hay and understand J-Hay, it's great because there's few things I love more than fucking with him, especially when he's when he's got a bone, like when he's ready to fucking go and he's got takes and he's dropping knowledge and stats and historical references and blah, blah, and you get him fired up. I love nothing more than him having to decide whether or not he's going to stoop down to our level or if he's going to keep the train moving and be intelligent.
Yeah. Yep.
That would be great.
Well, that's something that I would be very thankful for if it happened to be the case.
Yes. Well, as we said before at the beginning of this podcast, I, Jared, Jake, young Joseph, we're all very, very thankful that you guys have rode with us all season long. For the folks who have been here for a while, still the same message. All love, nothing but it. We're not here doing this if it's not for you guys. Much appreciated. Very much appreciated. For the new riders, appreciate you. Hope it's been fun. Things are going to continue to get better. Yeah. Believable. Fucking believe it. But thank you. Thank you very much. We go.